His 7th Slam title, 2nd of the year, and his 2nd U.S. Open title as well. It is time for our national anthem today. It's going to be sung by Sergeant Major Carla Loy-Song.
Here to perform our national anthem, accompanied by American Sign Language performer Gabriel Silva, and joined by members of the United States Marine Corps, 6th Communications Battalion, Brooklyn, New York Color Guard, along with members of the U.S. Open Ball Crew. Please welcome, from the United States Military Academy Band at West Point, Sergeant Major Carla Loy-Song.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, obviously, an absolutely beautiful rendition of the national anthem inside Arthur Ashe Stadium here, and certainly appreciate that performance. That is a way to get us started here. Let's talk a little bit of tennis as we are about 3 minutes away from our interviews. Jimmy, what are going to be the keys that you're looking for from both sides here today?
Well, I think for Sinner, and actually for both players, serve is going to be very important because they're both so good from the back of the court. They both return so well. Sinner is devastating in some ways with his return to serve. So they're going to have good serving days to have success. As you were showing, their numbers, they're holding serve quite a bit. I mean, Alcaraz has lost serve twice in the tournament. Sinner's lost 4 times, but Sinner has done it without serving well.
Yes.
It's just that he beats everybody from the back of the court. He's going to have to serve a little better. He's been under 50% for quite a few matches of first serve percentage, that type of thing. He's thrown in some double faults. That will not help him against Alcaraz. So this matchup is going to be also for Alcaraz, he's played for the #1 ranking once before, and he came through. This is another added extra pressure on this match in some ways for Sinner. He's going to lose that #1 ranking if he doesn't win this match. I don't think that will affect him, but it would affect some people. I don't think Sinner not too much seems to affect him from an emotional standpoint.
Yes.
So I don't think it'll affect him, but you never know. Whether it's a little bit somewhere deep down inside, it's probably nice to be #1. I don't know. I would never quite got there.
I don't know that I've even been in the top 100 of anything ever. But listen, it has been 65 consecutive weeks for Jannik Sinner atop the ATP rankings for Alcaraz. September of 23 was the last time he did hold that ranking. But yes, he's been honest about the fact that is where he wants to be. It is just an added bonus with a huge trophy on the line as well. I think you're absolutely right about that. I have been so impressed with Sinner this week, and especially during that Felix match, his ability to hold his nerve in some of those big moments. He is at the top of the ATP rankings in that under pressure stat: break points saved, break points converted. I mean, this week alone, he's saved 87% of those break point chances against, including against Felix the other night.
Having said that, for whatever reason, when he plays Alcaraz, he's had some matches where he's had match point,
right,
and not come through. So yes, he's normally so clutch, so calm, except it seems when he's played Alcaraz. So again, to me, this is an absolute toss-up. I have no idea who's going to win. Before the tournament started, I probably would have said Sinner. The way it has looked getting to the finals, I would probably give a little tick to Alcaraz, just because he's not dropping sets, just because mentally he's looked so strong, he's been so consistent. I don't know. We're going to see how it all folds out here in a minute, because I really don't know.
And that's really the beauty of tennis, isn't it? Just the range of possibilities are endless out there for these two incredible competitors. Number one, number two in the U.S. Open final here today. Carlos Alcaraz, 60-6 on the season. That is the tour leader in both wins and also in titles, with 6 this year. Jannik Sinner, 37-4. His titles, of course, at the Australian Open and Wimbledon. James Blake interviewing Carlos Alcaraz.
Carlos, you've still only been broken one time in this tournament. What's been working so well for you on the serve?
Well, I just put some more attention, on the serve, just to improve as much as I can. I know nowadays, the serve is a really important weapon in the matches, so I'm just really happy with the way that I'm serving in the tournament. Again, against Jannik, one of the probably best on tour right now, I would return, so it's going to be difficult today, but I'm ready.
Huge match today. Number one is on the line. Is that something you think about, or is it just about lifting the U.S. Open trophy?
Well, I try not to think of thanks, to remind me that. I think today is a lot of things, on the line. I'm trying not to think about those things. I try to focus on the goals that I set it up, myself, and I'm playing a great tennis.
Well, good luck today, Carlos.
And now time for Jannik Sinner to join James Blake.
And now the defending champion, Jannik Sinner. Jannik, you've been so dominant in the hard court majors the last 2 years. What's been the difference on these hard courts for you?
I know for sure it's the surface where I feel more comfortable. But I feel like this season has been an incredible season. Obviously very happy to stand here again in the finals, and let's see what's coming.
This tournament has notoriously been extremely difficult to defend. Do you think there'll be any different challenges today?
It's finals is always a special occasion. I'm not thinking about defending or not. We just all hope for a good match. Obviously, he's the best player in the world right now. He's playing an incredible tennis. So let's see what's coming, and obviously I will try my best.
Good luck today, Jannik.
And now the two players will be welcomed onto court at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
New York, here we go. Please welcome the 2025 U.S. Open men's singles finalists. From Spain, 2020 U.S. Open and 5-time major champion, Carlos Alcaraz. The defending champion and #1 player in the world, Jannik Sinner.
And so the world #1 and #2 are on court. And let's go courtside as Jannik Sinner makes his way to his bench. The man with probably the best seat in the house is Nick McCarville. What's it like down there right now?
Well, the vibe is definitely picked up, guys. And hey, I think the crowd is divided as the experts, because that felt about a 51-49 spread. I'm going to give a little edge there to Jannik Sinner, but we're going to see how obviously this match plays out with the crowd and with these two guys. But man, just a pleasure to be along with you guys for this 15th chapter, the history that these guys are making. And Mike, I know we'll talk about that a lot. I will be intrigued, and Jimmy, I want your first thoughts on the roof. I can confirm is staying closed for this match. I was speaking to some Spanish journalists earlier, and they said that the Alcaraz camp was not necessarily happy about that because they do feel like that's a little bit of an advantage to Jannik Sinner before they take to court. And how about a surprise member of the coin toss, Marat Safin, joining for the coin toss? Let's go.
I mean, that's remarkable that it's Safin of all people.
Yeah, gives a hug there to Carlos Alcaraz. Now one to Jannik Sinner as well. We also have a very young fan who's going to be doing the coin toss. James Kielvathong is now running the show.
Your last matches, any preference on towel box, red or white? We go red, white. Okay, any questions? Before we do it, we have US Open or trophy. Anyone to go? US Open. Do you want to toss it, Jack?
That's Carlos choosing.
Should have chosen trophy. That's what you want to have in the end.
US Open.
But he won the toss.
Receive. Okay, can we have a photo together, please?
All right, so photos now being taken with the young fan in between Carlos and Jannik. Marat Safin is on the outside, wearing shoes with different color shoelaces on each shoe, Jimmy.
That's Marat Safin.
Yes, it is.
Tuck in his shirt as well, but that's all good.
We'll get there eventually. Now the two players are getting their picture taken as well, and now to the other side. Yeah, full slate of pictures being taken before the warm-ups actually do begin. The kits are different. I went back and watched a little bit of the 2022 matchup that they had when they were in the same exact Nike kit. We've got a, I guess we'll call pink and purple kit for Carlos Alcaraz, who does his traditional sprint back to the back tarp, a little bit more of a slow trot towards his end from Jannik Sinner, wearing, we'll call it a copper kit here today with a white top. And Nick, I'm going to ask you the question I asked Jimmy Arias here just a couple of seconds ago. What are going to be the key things you're looking for here in these, let's say even in this first set here as these two make their way into it?
Well, I'm curious to see if at all Jannik Sinner is bothered by the abdominal issue that he had midway through against Felix. His team, I believe, has said, Jimmy, you even confirmed that with Darren Cahill, but I watched them both practice this morning, guys. Jannik was just crunching the ball for about 20 minutes from the baseline. It was actually one of the longest hit-ups I've seen from the baseline in a pre-match warm-up. Jannik Sinner either didn't hit yesterday or only hit for a few minutes. So gonna see how that injury, Mike, impacts the serve especially. And then I'm curious to see how Carlos Alcaraz, I don't feel like he played his top-level tennis. There was probably a lot of nerves and emotions in that match against Novak Djokovic. Gonna see if he can control that forehand a little bit better today. Those 30 unforced errors, he's gonna want to have that number down. And then, guys, I think these aren't serve bots, let's be honest, but I'm gonna be curious to see how they both serve. Jimmy, I think it was 53% that Sinner served against Felix, which is his lowest percentage of the tournament. Whereas Carlos, I think he managed the serve especially well in the pressure points against Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, look, this is going to come down to probably just a couple of points. Who's winning the important moments? They're going to have important moments. It's going to be tough. Sinner's road to the championship. He lost a couple of sets, and it was against Canadians.
Right.
He's not playing a Canadian today. So
Milos Raonic is not out there.
Yes, but the indoor part of this, you would think would favor Sinner slightly because Alcaraz hasn't had the best results for him when he's gone indoors. But I don't know why. It doesn't feel as though his game, it's humid. The ball will be a little bit heavier. I don't know who that hurts more because Alcaraz is the one that sometimes loses control of his ground stroke. So maybe a little heavier is not that bad for him.
Right.
So it's hard for me to pinpoint what I think the indoors will bring. Part of it will bring. It might make it a better match.
It might. It just feels, Jimmy, like it's just going to be one of these days where we can talk all we want, but it's going to come down to the execution at the biggest moments here of two of the guys who do it better than anybody else.
Yeah, so athletic, these two. And I think we're looking at Alcaraz's road to this final, and I think it was all set up in the first round. He played Riley Opelka. That's a horrible draw. Of all the people you want to play in the first round, that's one of the few guys that could beat these guys if he just serves completely out of his mind.
Yep.
And Alcaraz had to be mentally strong. He couldn't have letdowns against Riley Opelka. And I think that set him up to be able to do that the rest of this fortnight.
Yeah, he actually said after the win over Novak, he said the consistency component and the lack of ups and downs has really been what's stood out for him this tournament, and also saying that he felt best on serve than he ever has at any point in his career. And those certainly were the two things that we always kind of pointed at and saying if he can just kind of get those things under control, and it looks like for this fortnight he's done that.
This will be the first time he's starting a match, I would think, where there is a little bit of doubt in his mind. That's
sure.
That's the one difference.
Not so much against Novak, who beat him in Australia?
Okay. Maybe the second match.
Okay.
he handled, I thought, guys, he handled the Novak situation so well. A couple more notes from practice is Carlos Alcaraz was working a lot on his transition game. So Juan Carlos was feeding him sort of mid-range balls, and then he was coming into net. So I'm curious to see how much he's going to employ that net game. And then, just like you guys would suspect, pretty serious, the vibes in the Jannik Sinner camp during the warm-up. And there were a lot of laughs among the Spanish contingent. Carlos using his brother Alvaro, who's been really with him from the start as his hitting partner on Ash this morning.
Fascinating. So I just went through net points won. Let's see, Carlos averaging about 25 appearances at the net per match.
Yeah.
Just a little under that, so we will see if that factors into it.
Well, he was 15 of 22 at the net against Novak.
I think it's interesting when you say he was practicing that mid-court ball and coming in. You don't get mid-court balls against Sinner very often. He hits the ball hard and with depth. So if you're going to come in, you're going to have to have really maneuvered him. You're going to have to have hit something special and maybe sneak in. But, you know, Spanish team knows more than I do, so I guess they're expecting some mid-court balls from Sinner today.
It is time for the talking to stop and the action to begin here on US Open Radio. These two, their last final moments at their benches. Jannik Sinner, as he did 2 nights ago, has his special white towels that he has brought over and is putting them in the red towel boxes. The Fox, indeed. He's matching the box to the Fox. Carlos Alcaraz, going with the US Open, provided blue towels that he'll put in the white boxes. Again, it is a pink and purple kit for Carlos Alcaraz with the now almost full head of hair. And Jannik Sinner with the white cap on the far side. We're ready for play in the men's singles final of the 2025 US Open. Jannik Sinner to serve at the far side. Alcaraz starts about 10 feet behind the baseline. Sinner serve is good. Alcaraz with a short response. Sinner forehand. Alcaraz there. Misses just long from the deuce corner. It's 15-love.
Already knowing where Sinner's hitting the forehand, that was a good anticipation from Alcaraz on a ball that was just sitting there, and he did have a good look.
He did have a good
pass
look.
Down the line.
Missed by about 5 feet long. 24 years of age, Sinner. As I mentioned, 65 consecutive weeks as the world #1. Serving at 15-love. Serve body. Forehand Alcaraz. Sinner forehand inside out to an Alcaraz backhand chip that lands short. Sinner forehand up the line into the deuce corner for his first winner of the day in 30-love.
Not a nervous start at all
No.
from Sinner. He's hit 2 pretty good first serves. Both placed really well, not huge in power.
Yeah, 119 and 120. Not terrible.
No, that's what I said. Not huge, but not bad, and getting him the edge in both points.
So at 30-love here for Sinner. Tosses up, serve tee, misses just long. That one a little bit more, 124 on the gun. So a second serve here for Sinner. Goes tee, Alcaraz back into a Sinner backhand middle. Run around forehand for Alcaraz. Into the deuce corner is a really good one. Draws a forehand miscue from Sinner for 30-15.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to call many Alcaraz matches this tournament, but when I've seen him play Sinner, it feels as though he puts a little more spin, a little less pace. That forehand that you just saw was that type of forehand. It had a lot of action on it. It looked like it even might go out, and just the bottom dropped out.
Win over Felix Auger-Aliassime was Sinner's 300th at the tour level. Looking for 301 today. Serve out wide is into the net at 30-15 in our opener here in the men's final. 6th Grand Slam final for Sinner. Second serve, good. Alcaraz backhand to a Sinner, run around forehand, inside out. That is pushed wide and 30-all.
Since you folks have had a look at all the numbers, second serve points won in the tournament. Sinner's been awfully good.
59%.
He's 0 for 2, I know, are very early, but he's lost both.
Yeah, and Alcaraz has won 56% of the second serve returns that he's looked at here. So big moment early in this one. 3 minutes in, Sinner at 30-all. Serve out wide is into the net. So again, as we're keeping an eye on that serve percentage, now 2 of 5 is Jannik Sinner. Second serve here. It's good. Alcaraz forehand through the middle. Sinner will miss that forehand. That was into his shins in a heartbeat. And a break chance early for Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, taking the return very early on second serve, Alcaraz, and not just taking early, but taking a full swing.
He has converted 27 of 67 so far this tournament at a 40% clip. Just under his tour average for the year, 43.5. So an opportunity here for Alcaraz in the opening game of this match. Serve for Sinner. Tee is a good one. It draws a response into the net from Carlos Alcaraz. We're at deuce.
Very early going, but again, a pattern. When Sinner's making first serves, he gets the edge in the point or the point outright, as it happened in that last one. And if he's missing first serves early on, it's Alcaraz who's stepping up and pushing Sinner around.
Indeed, 3 for 3 versus 0 for 3 makes a big difference there so far. That is a 100% difference, Jimmy. My math is not perfect all the time, but that one's easy.
You can figure out, yeah.
Deuce serve for Sinner. Out wide is into the net. Alcaraz was moving forward just a little bit on that first serve to about 5 feet behind the baseline. For this second serve, stepping into the baseline, gets a backhand, goes through the middle. Sinner forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand through the middle. Run around forehand for Sinner into the deuce corner is a good one. Now he gets a forehand up the line to the ad corner. Alcaraz backhand to a Sinner backhand cross off the net and good. Alcaraz backhand up the line, running forehand for Sinner. Running forehand for Alcaraz will miss just long right through the middle of the court. And a game point now for Jannik Sinner.
Now the first extended rally of the match where both players were even throughout much of it. It was 13 shots in the end, and there was no one that was able to get the edge. They were both about a foot or two behind the baseline, hitting it with pace, which makes it tough for my partner here to keep up with all those shots, but you did a good job.
Thanks. That's why they pay me the little bucks.
Yeah.
The little bucks.
That's excellent that you get that.
Sinner with a game point. Serve out wide. Alcaraz through the middle. Sinner run around forehand inside in. Yanks that well wide into the doubles alley of the deuce corner. Back to deuce now. That was one thing I did notice when even some of the mishits from Felix in that semifinal. If there was that shape, if it was off speed, Sinner was struggling finding and generating that pace.
It's interesting to me that the players, that's what I said to you at the beginning. To me, and Alcaraz is not the guy that needs to do this, but if everyone else should be hitting him some slow high ball and just see what happens, because you're right. He times it beautifully when it's coming in fast, and everybody hits it fast nowadays.
We need to go back to boys 12s.
Exactly.
Serve out wide is an ace for Jannik Sinner, the first of the day for him, and a game point for the world number one. At 115 out wide, took a couple MPH off of that, high in the box. So he'll get a look at his second game point here. Expect this crowd, as they continue to file in, to just get more and more vocal as the day progresses as well. Sinner with the game point. Out wide, chip return. Sinner forehand into the deuce corner. Alcaraz there, forehand cross. Sinner throws up a lob off the forehand. Alcaraz run around forehand up the line to a Sinner forehand middle. Alcaraz forehand rolled to a Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand cross is short. Sinner backhand up the line. Running forehand, Alcaraz cross. Sinner can't track it down. We're back to deuce.
I mean, Nick, you're there at courtside, but both of those running forehands from Alcaraz, one of them he was so far back, and he hit it so big to my eye, but you're live. Was it as big as it looked?
No, crazy power and gymnastics tennis from the baseline from Carlos too. Just both these guys coming out with lightning strokes, but yeah, those two gargantuan forehands there, guys, from Alcaraz.
It really does feel like we're playing video game tennis watching these two at times. Yeah. So another deuce, 7 minutes in already in the opening service game. Buckle up. Serve. T. Good. Alcaraz through the middle. Sinner gets a backhand, goes middle. Alcaraz back into a Sinner. Forehand roll, deuce corner. Alcaraz forehand up the line. Sinner backhand into the net. It's going to be a second look here for Carlos Alcaraz.
And again, it was off an off-speed forehand. Got up a little bit high, and Sinner tried that jumping off one leg, leaping backhand. I've never been a huge fan of that shot.
It's one he does well because he likes having those shoulders up above. But yes, there are times.
He does it better than almost everyone, but I've never understood this. Just take another step in and leave your feet on the ground, in my mind.
So it's going to be a look here. The second of this game for Carlos Alcaraz. Serve for Sinner is into the net. Sinner in this game, 1 of 4 on his second serve points. Pauses here, takes an extra second. Now this second serve, which is good. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner goes backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand slice. Sinner goes backhand into the net. So again, through that first game, as Alcaraz has his opening break, off speed from Alcaraz doing the trick to draw some of those errors, Jimmy.
I knew coming in that he would do a little bit of that because when I've seen them play in the past, that's the one thing that has caused Sinner a little bit of trouble. As Alcaraz comes out, you know the power that Alcaraz brings, and instead of power, he gives them a nice variety, a nice look at some high balls with spin. That one was a slice that caused the error. And for Jannik Sinner, he hasn't gotten a game off Alcaraz in a while because he was down 5-love in the final of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I know that he was ill and not really able to play.
Yep.
That was another ball, guys, that they worked on in practice, especially towards the end when it was just Carlos and Juan Carlos, that backhand slice cross, and then a lot of backhands up the line. Carlos, I think maybe for the change of direction when he wants it.
So it's now Carlos Alcaraz. I should point out the top is a sleeveless number, as he should, with that type of physique from Carlos. Already with a break in his pocket as well. Serving here, 1 love. Out wide, misses both long and wide. Second serve here for Carlos. Second serve's good. Sinner goes up the line with the backhand. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand to an Alcaraz forehand to the deuce corner. Sinner forehand up the line. Backhand slice from Alcaraz. Going to miss wide for lump 15.
So are you saying that because Alcaraz's physique should have the sleeveless, that Sinner's, he's got sleeves? Is there?
I'm going to.
Should be wearing the
Listen,
sleeve?
I'm going to go with it. It takes a special type of figure to be able to pull off the sleeveless well. I mean, Alexander Zverev, never again, please, with a sleeveless number. So at a love 15. Serve up the tee, forehand Alcaraz up the line to a Sinner, forehand back up the line, backhand from Alcaraz, backhand Sinner cross, Alcaraz backhand cross, off the line and good, now gets a forehand through the middle. Sinner goes forehand middle, Alcaraz forehand cross, Sinner forehand cross, Alcaraz loops a forehand to a Sinner forehand up the line, Alcaraz backhand cross to a Sinner backhand that's into the net. It's 15 all.
Points are physical when these two are playing each other. I mean, we're just a couple of minutes in the long points, but they also are hitting the ball so big that means you have to sprint. You can't just hit and flutter back to the middle. So
yeah, but that's the thing I've always been so impressed with both of these guys, their ability to get out of the corners and back to the middle with relative ease. Alcaraz serve into the net. Second serve now for Carlos. At 15 all with a 1 love lead. Serve good. Sinner misses that return off towards his box, in fact. Well off the court, 30-15 now.
That's the one thing that Alcaraz has done really well against Sinner is Sinner does punish your second serve. He steps in and the return gets on you in a hurry. And Alcaraz goes for some pretty big serves into the body.
Yep.
Just did it there.
In fact, Sinner in this tournament has won 65% of the second serve returns he's been able to look at. Another second here coming from Alcaraz, who had tried to serve into the body. This second serve, good. Sinner goes backhand cross. Alcaraz run around forehand inside out and wrong foots Jannik Sinner as well. It's game points here for Carlos Alcaraz.
I mean, one of the reasons Sinner has been so good on a hard court is because of how well he moves on a hard court. And that time, the slip wasn't able to recover.
A little bit of look of worry on the face of the Jannik Sinner team. Ignacy Cahill, as Alcaraz serves into the body, will get a forehand. He goes dropper, a fake dropper actually. Looked like he was going to go drop shot into the deuce corner. Instead, that hard biting slice off the forehand into the deuce corner for a full winner. And Alcaraz consolidates to 2-love.
I mean, he's come out on fire, Alcaraz. He's winning virtually every rally that these two have. The only points he's losing is off of a first serve from Sinner, and he gets behind right off the return. Outside of that, once they're even, he's been dominating, and that was exactly how you described it. Looked like a drop shot. Sinner bought the drop shot, and he just punched it past him as he was trying to move forward.
2 broken ankles already for Jannik Sinner. So Sinner now serving near side, love to serve. Out wide, good. Response to the middle. Sinner forehand up the line, in behind it. Will get a volley off the backhand side. It's good. And Alcaraz will not be able to track that one down for 15-love.
And already Sinner looking as though I'm losing the baseline rallies. Let me see what happens when I come in. It was a pretty good approach, and Alcaraz did as well as he could with a slice. Kept it low and short. Sinner was just too fast. Got up to the volley so quickly that it turned into an easy volley for him.
In desperate need of a relatively quick hold to get on the scoreboard here is the 24-year-old from Italy. 15-love serve from the near side is missed out wide. Going to get a second serve, will Alcaraz on the return side. And that serves good. Alcaraz forehand middle. Sinner goes forehand cross and will miss that one well long. Again, a lot of returns, Jimmy, from Carlos Alcaraz going right into the body of Jannik Sinner.
And getting there quickly. So Sinner normally handles that reasonably well. He's not handling it well yet. I don't know if it's maybe nerves. One of them in the last game when he was broken, one of those returns got at him, and he lost his balance. His upper body came backwards.
Interesting to see Lindsey Vonn is in the Sinner box today. As he serves up the tee, gets a lob return that's going to miss long. Of course, the legendary skier, Lindsey Vonn, and Jannik has some skiing background of his own. They've been friends over the last couple of years, right, Nick?
Yeah, they've been skiing together, guys, before Lindsey committed to her full comeback for the Olympics in February. I think they've actually become legit friends. Off the slopes, too, Mike.
And we also see Sergio Garcia courtside for this one as well. He and Carlos Alcaraz formed a golfing friendship as Sinner serves into the body, gets a forehand, goes inside into it. Alcaraz forehand looped, Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz has to squash shot it back. Sinner forehand cross is good. Alcaraz loops a forehand. Sinner forehand up the line, off the baseline. No, it's just long, trying to actually go through the middle from Jannik Sinner. Now we're at 30-all.
Wow. That point will really start to weigh on Sinner because he hit shots that against everybody else. Worst case scenario, he gets a short ball that he can take complete control of the point. He had Alcaraz in all sorts of trouble, but Alcaraz was able to keep some length on all of those shots when he was in trouble.
And I think interesting to note, as you've been pointing out, Jimmy, that loop, that higher arcing shot into that deuce corner with depth, keeping Sinner pinned at the baseline. Love 2, 30-all, first set. Serve out wide is wide from Jannik Sinner. Already in some trouble here. The second serve, he's just 1 of 6. Serve good. Alcaraz goes back into a Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand up the line will miss well long. So Jannik Sinner has a game point. Steph Curry in the house as well. I mean, you're getting some of the best athletes in the world watching the best athletes in the world.
I think that's why. I think all of a sudden they recognize, athletes recognize these guys are special.
I believe the kids say game recognizes game.
Yes.
Game point here for Jannik Sinner. Trying to get on the scoreboard here early. Serve out wide, lob return. Sinner swinging volley, good. Alcaraz there with the forehand. Just misses it long. He had a look, though. So Jannik Sinner does get on the scoreboard, but damage has already been done. We're going to take our first break with Carlos Alcaraz leading with a break at 2-1 on US Open Radio. presented by American Express. Mike Cation, Jimmy Arias, Nick McCarville. Nick, I can tell courtside they have been introducing some of the celebrities.
They sure have.
It's fascinating to me because they're showing some celebrities, and then there's a celebrity in the back who's getting no love. I mean, it's crazy how many people are there.
I mean, it's amazing. They just showed Lindsay Lohan on the big screen, and she always gets a big cheer, guys. Hank Azaria's here, Danny DeVito. The list goes on and on. How about Steph Curry with his baseline seats? He's not in a suite. He's courtside, Steph.
I like that. I respect the game. Forehand here from Sinner in the opening point of this 2-1 service game. Comes in behind it, finds a high forehand volley finish into the deuce corner for love 15.
And that's what Sinner's been doing to everybody in this tournament. When you hit a first serve at about 121 to 125 miles an hour, he gets the return on you in such a hurry. He can take that reasonably early and still hit it deep, and players fall behind when they're serving. And that just happened to Alcaraz for the first time.
At love 15 from the near side, serve up the tee. Response is good. Forehand for Alcaraz into the deuce corner. Clean for his fourth winner off that forehand side. It's 15-all.
Alcaraz is out hitting Sinner right now, and he's using variety, which is coaxing a few errors as well out of Sinner. But if you're a Sinner fan, you're a little bit nervous right now.
You better be
feeling that great.
Serve out wide, in behind it, volley for Alcaraz through the middle. Sinner with a lob. Alcaraz there with an easy smash, just not executed well on the lob from Sinner, and Alcaraz takes advantage. It's 30-15.
That was two horribly played shots, really, by both players. The serve and volley, I liked the play, but the volley was an absolute pop-up, and Sinner could have done anything, and he chose short lob. That one doesn't work very often.
Yeah, and that ball to me, guys, just confirms, Jimmy, what you mentioned, is that Jannik Sinner's working through some nerves to start this match.
Interesting. Yeah, that's also the first net point for Carlos Alcaraz. We talked about him being the one who might need to move forward. On the other side, Jannik Sinner's been in 5 times already. Second serve, Alcaraz at 30-15 will get a awkward inside-out forehand. Sinner forehand into the deuce corner, misses by the thinnest of margins, and it's game points now for Alcaraz.
Again, that was one of those returns that every player has trouble with. Alcaraz was completely handcuffed and somehow just coaxed another unforced error out of Sinner. That was one that Sinner should have done a little better with.
That is, in fact, unforced error number 7 already for Jannik Sinner through 3+ games. Serve Alcaraz into the body. We'll get a forehand short up the line to a Sinner backhand cross. That's good. Alcaraz backhand slice. Sinner in behind it. Volley lob from Alcaraz. How did he get that? It misses long, but incredible speed just to make Sinner think. It's now 40-30.
It's funny when you watch these players, and one shot will get you in trouble. And the shot for Alcaraz in that rally was a forehand down the line off the return, which he didn't do enough with, and now it left a long run. Sinner hits a volley from very close to the net, and he stuck it well with Alcaraz outside the doubles line, and Alcaraz still ran it down in the opposite corner.
Still, though, game point here for Carlos Alcaraz. Serve into the body. Gets a forehand drop shot. Sinner gets to it. Lob. Alcaraz backtracks, but it will miss long. And Alcaraz stretches the lead to 3-1.
Cannot believe how good the Alcaraz touch is to go along with everything else that he had, because that wasn't the easiest ball to drop shot off of. And Sinner is maybe the last guy you want to drop shot because he doesn't back up much and he's got sprinter speed coming forward.
And those incredibly long strides as well to get there in a hurry.
That was a shot, guys, that did not work for Carlos against Novak Djokovic. He never could feel the ball for that drop shot. So another good sign at just how confident Carlos Alcaraz is right now to start this match.
We are 22 minutes into it, and Jannik Sinner serving at 1-3 up the tee, gets a forehand, goes up the line to an Alcaraz backhand cross, Sinner backhand middle, run around forehand for Alcaraz to Sinner forehand middle. Alcaraz forehand cross is clean and a winner from about 6 feet behind the baseline. That is the 5th winner off that forehand side, and it's love 15.
I mean, there is no question that Sinner's a little tight, and Alcaraz feels it's in full flow right now. Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, this is a pretty impressive start, to say the least.
Surprising dynamic to
It
me.
is. I completely agree with you. 1-3, love 15. Sinner serve into the net. We were worried about that serve percentage. It's actually been fine so far, a little above 60%. Second serve now for Jannik, which is good. Alcaraz goes backhand cross, Sinner backhand cross, Alcaraz backhand up the line, in behind it. We'll have a backhand volley. Oh my, what touch there! Off the shoestrings and good, and a smile on his face as Alcaraz gets it to love 30.
I mean, Nick, I couldn't tell, but was there any luck to that, or was that?
No, that was true skill. Look at this on the replay.
Wow.
Oh, man, it was a pure volley.
I mean, that was an unbelievable volley from his shoe tops in the middle of the court at about the service line, right at the tee, and somehow angled drop volley.
Absurd. Steph Curry can't believe it.
Oh, that was saucy from Carlos.
1-3, love 30. Serve, Sinner, tee, lob return going to be short, but good. Sinner, forehand big into the deuce corner for 15-30. A little bit of frustration taken out on that Wilson tennis ball there.
Yeah, again, these are the only points that Sinner seems to be winning at the moment, is behind a serve that's good enough to give him a very big edge in the point. Other than that, he's losing most of these rallies.
You're exactly right. 2 of 8 on the second serve points when things theoretically are at neutral or negative.
And Alcaraz 3 for 4 in his second serve points.
So at 15-30 here for Jannik Sinner, 1-3 in our opening set. Serve netted. He's trying to go out wide, 118 out wide. Now a second serve here for Jannik. Toss goes up, serve up the tee. Alcaraz through the middle. Sinner forehand to an Alcaraz forehand up the line. Sinner backhand cross, slice back from Alcaraz. Sinner inside out forehand, a good one. Lobbed back from Alcaraz, but it'll miss long. It's 30-all.
Now, the interesting thing for me in this is that it's the first punch has been thrown by Alcaraz.
Quickly.
How will Sinner respond?
Yep.
And Alcaraz keep this level up? It's sort of such a great level to start this match. Not always easy to stay that high for what looks to be like a fairly long day. They've had some long games already.
Yep. And they've definitely had a couple of matches post 5 hours. Serve good. Alcaraz short return. Backhand Sinner in behind it. Alcaraz backhand pass attempt is into the net. It's a game point here for Jannik Sinner. The quarterfinal here in 2022, 5 hours and 15 minutes. And of course, the Roland Garros final earlier this year, 5 hours, 29 minutes. Both of those matches, of course, match points for Sinner, and he still lost to Carlos Alcaraz. Game point here for Sinner to keep things tight, just a single break at 40-30 in this 1-3 service game from the far side. Serve tee, Alcaraz forehand up the line will be pulled just wide. So a couple of tight holds here for Jannik Sinner to keep things tight midway through this first set, 3-2. And yeah, is it a matter of adaptation here for Sinner, or is it a matter of this is just that high level from Alcaraz?
I think a little bit of both. I actually think that Sinner came out maybe slightly nervous, so when he was getting the second serve return at him, at his feet with some pace, he was a little antsy, so he was losing balance, missing some of those shots. And I haven't seen many matches where Sinner hits his regulation ground strokes and players from behind the baseline while they're being run can hit clean winners off of that against someone that moves as well as Sinner does side to side. Alcaraz has done that to him a couple of times. So for Sinner, as I said, it's got to be a little concerning that it feels like he has to play above. Everyone that plays these two guys feel as though they got to play above their level.
Yeah.
Sinner hasn't played perfect, so he has made 7 unforced errors. Maybe he doesn't feel as though he has to play above his level yet.
Yeah.
But it's getting close to having that feeling.
And Nick, for Carlos Alcaraz, you know, I know you've been watching the press conferences as I have, but him talking about that ability to just stay consistent has been so vital for him since Wimbledon.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about, you know, keeping my level, and that's something that they've been working on. The serve, I think, is the stroke improvement that we've seen. But yeah, Mike, after that win over Djokovic, he was talking about getting more mature, which is funny to hear Carlos say that at 22. He's a, 5-time Grand Slam champion, but what he means by that is the consistency and the mental. Imagine these guys are out here. You have to be locked in for every single stroke. And that's one of the intangibles that Carlos not only has worked on, Mike, but this opening 28 minutes, it's shown you just how much better he's gotten at it.
He will serve now from the far side, 3-2, about a half an hour in, just short of that half an hour mark. Misses the first serve off the net and long. Second to a Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz has to roll a forehand. Sinner forehand inside out just by the thinnest of margins wide. Did not miss that by much, and in fact, he's looking at that close call. It was maybe, we'll say, half an inch.
Yeah, again, in the deuce court, you do, with a second serve against Sinner, you want to hit him in the left hip. And Alcaraz has done that quite a bit because he tends to take a backhand and get himself in the doubles alley.
Backhand return misses long here from Sinner. Again, that same spot, but just on the ad side this time. Love here for Carlos Alcaraz. Played just 12 points on his serve so far, 24 for Sinner. Serves good, return up the line. Alcaraz backhand slice to a Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz again backhand slice, hard angle. Sinner backing up the line, running forehand for Alcaraz into the deuce corner. Clean winner, set that up perfectly and gain points.
A bad idea going down the line against either of these two players when you're not in control.
Yep.
And yes, it was a slice. It was an angled slice from Alcaraz. And I don't know, Sinner thinking he can hit a winner from that position seemed ambitious, and it was. He paid the price.
He did indeed. Serve up the tee is an ace for Carlos Alcaraz. Right on that center line. His first ace of the day. 4-2.
This is a sterling start from Carlos. He just pumped his racket at a bunch of cheering fans on this baseline. I keep thinking about that fake out drop shot, that forehand deep winner, and then Jimmy, that lacy volley that he hit so cleanly. I mean, he is in full flight in this first set.
He's hit some amazing. Anytime you watch Alcaraz play, you always get your breath taken away from a shot or two. He's already done a few of those in this final, just to show you that he's not nervous.
He is +6 on the winner to unforced error count. He's +71 heading into this match, which is a very high rate. Serve good. Alcaraz backing up the line, in behind it. Sinner misses the backhand pass attempt. Just feels like he keeps getting in these deficits. It's love 15.
Keeps getting in the deficit, keeps having a little trouble holding, having trouble winning second serve points. There's no good number or sign yet for Sinner.
It was at the near side. Again, the crowd has been a little bit participatory, but not too badly so far. Love 15 at 2-4. Serve Sinner, tee. Alcaraz forehand just misses long, trying to go through the middle once again. It's 15 all.
Still not a packed house in here, Mike, just yet. I'd say 85% full.
Yeah, and I can still see people getting in through the outer gates, let alone the enhanced security inside Ash as well. New York is a typically late arriving crowd, but even more so here today. 15 all, serve out wide. Alcaraz forehand up the line. Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz steps into a forehand cross. Sinner forehand cross. Volley from Alcaraz. Sinner going to get there. Backhand up the line. He's missed it. He's missed it. It's 15-30.
I mean, these are shots that Sinner doesn't miss. It was a great first pass down low, forced Alcaraz into a half volley drop shot attempt. And Sinner there easily. Alcaraz left the building early, and Sinner saw him leave and still missed it wide. He didn't have to flirt with any line with that backhand.
Missed it well wide, too.
Yeah, it feels like he's trying to paint lines right now when he probably doesn't need to quite yet. But that's what Alcaraz has done to Jannik Sinner so far. Serve T is just long. Second serve coming for Sinner, who's 3 of 10 so far. This second is good. Alcaraz goes back into a Sinner backhand middle. Run around forehand for Sinner, for Alcaraz. Up the line, draws a forehand miss there from Jannik Sinner. And it's 2 more chances for Carlos Alcaraz, who's 1 of 2 so far today.
That was, again, just pure pace that seemed to beat Sinner. And I'm not accustomed to seeing him ever beaten by pace. He usually takes it and puts it right back at you. And Nick, does the ball look bigger from Alcaraz than Sinner?
Certainly. What you guys are seeing on screen is what's happening on court. Jannik just a step below everything that we usually see from him.
At 15-40, 2-4. Sinner serving near side into the net. After losing that last point, now 3 of 11 on his second serve points. The serve for Sinner. Good. Alcaraz forehand. Oh, he hit that big, but right into the top of the net. Trying to, again, flatten that out, get it into the body. But this is a miss, so another break chance upcoming at 30-40.
Slightly quicker second serve that time from Sinner. Right about 105 miles an hour. There's Stefan Edberg and Murat Safin as well watching this match.
Pretty much the same person, right?
Emotionally.
30-40, serve T. Alcaraz has to loop a forehand to a Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz there, forehand up the line. Volley, Sinner, it's into the net. It is the speed of Alcaraz that made him feel like he had to go with that hard cut volley when something just a little bit more solid would have done. And Carlos Alcaraz breaks again and will serve for this set at 5-2, Jim.
It's been one-way traffic. That, again, when you're a little bit nervous, you lose feel. And there's no question that we've seen a lob from Sinner that he would make in his sleep normally, but it was horrible. That volley that you just saw, yes, it's true that he saw Alcaraz sprinting in, but he still normally would make it. The backhand that he missed going down the line when Alcaraz had already guessed in the wrong direction, all those are signs that the adrenaline's too high right now for Sinner. And I'm sure he'll get it figured out, but it'll probably not happen in set 1.
No, probably not.
Mike, it was an interesting one for me because I'm right behind James Kjatavang in the chair, and I just got a flash of Jannik's eyes as he went for that volley, and there was no confidence in his eyes. I mean, it's just interesting to see this. It's caught me off guard for sure. I don't know about you guys, but did not expect sort of this imbalance of settling in from these two guys to start this match.
Didn't expect it either, but I have noticed how Alcaraz is incredibly relaxed at all times. He's in player dining before the match, joking, as if no big deal today.
It's just the first round, right?
Well, and guys, I did the lead-up show at Wimbledon for our behind-the-scenes stream there, and Jimmy, Carlos actually did too much of that. He practiced out on the grounds at Wimbledon and then walked to center court. He was surrounded by fans. I think that took out too much energy. Today it was a closed practice in Ash before they started this match. I think that's another piece of the maturation for Carlos to figure out how to get ready for these kind of moments.
He's got a second serve here in this 5-2 service game. Gets a forehand, goes inside in. Wrong foot Sinner, who squash shots to a forehand Alcaraz that is good. Hard angle forehand winner. That is winner number 10 for him. 7 of them off the forehand side for 15 left.
Well, he's a fairly aggressive player, Carlos Alcaraz. He's made 2 unforced errors. If you play Carlos Alcaraz with all the weapons and everything that he possesses and he makes 2 unforced errors, you're going to lose the set.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's 15 love here for Carlos Alcaraz. Serve T. Short return. Alcaraz goes forehand cross, and the forehand from Sinner is limply hit into the net. It's 30 love.
again, just pace. Sinner had his body there, and again, I feel as though that's still nerves. That ball was hit well, but from pretty far behind the baseline. I'm surprised that Sinner was so off kilter at that attempt.
30 love, serve Alcaraz. Sinner forehand, volley from Alcaraz. Good. Sinner hits it big right at him, but it's into the net and set points. Alcaraz.
Little smile from Sinner there. It's as if he was to say, well, I might not be winning this set, but maybe I can put a ball through your stomach.
He definitely was going that direction. It's a pretty impressive set for Carlos Alcaraz. Looking to close it here with the set point. Serve out wide, misses just wide. Cleared off by this fantastic ball crew. And the second serve for Carlos. Good. Sinner forehand into the net. That was some kind of set from Carlos Alcaraz. 2 breaks to the good. 6-2. 1 set down, but a long way to go here on US Open Radio, presented by American Express. Well, it was interesting to see Carlos Alcaraz with a fist pump towards his team. Really, that first outward show of emotion. Nick McCarville, you are courtside, but yeah, it was as soon as he sat down, looked at that team, and it was a really secure fist pump there. That was quite a performance. 11 winners, 2 unforced errors.
Yeah, amazing stuff from Carlos, and I loved that fist pump. Just great body language. And as we would expect, guys, the look of concern from Darren Cahill and Simone Vagnozzi. Darren just stood up in the player box. I mean, listen, it's 1 set. Let's also not forget that he lost the first set. Carlos Alcaraz won the first set at Wimbledon, and Jannik Sinner was able to bounce back. But it was more the nature of the set, wasn't it? In the way that Carlos was just in full flight, like he's been out here for hours. And still, Mike, I just feel confounded by the form that we saw from Jannik in that opening stanza.
And Carlos Alcaraz, 21-0 when winning the first set here at the U.S. Open. What really shocked me, he won 21 of the 31 points under 4 shots. So it's not just these long, explosive rallies that he's winning. It's the short points so far here on the day for Carlos Alcaraz. It's Sinner serving from the far side at the beginning of this second set. Gets a forehand, goes cross. Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner forehand through the middle. Alcaraz forehand up the line is into the net. Already has 1 unforced error here in the set, does Alcaraz, after just 2 in the first. It's 15 love.
Fairly important early stage of this match is for Jannik Sinner. He was dominated in set 1. He's got to reestablish himself right here, right now in this game.
15 love. Sinner serving up the tee. Forehand Alcaraz. Sinner forehand inside out. Comes in behind it. Draws a backhand error out of Alcaraz. It's 30 love. That is his 12th net appearance so far today for Jannik Sinner, winning 9 of those 12 appearances.
Yeah, both players have done pretty well when they get to the net. And a couple of occasions, it hasn't been the best approach. There's been some chances for the man defending, but they haven't managed to come up with anything special yet when in that position.
30 love here in the opener of the second set. Serve Sinner. Alcaraz lob return lands good. Now he's going to step into a backhand middle. Sinner forehand up the line is into the net. 30-15 now.
Again, that wasn't quite in position, Sinner. The ball was about a half step further away from him, and so he got nothing on the ball.
It feels like he's just a half step out of position consistently here today. Spot here at 30-15. Got a question from a member of our radio team, Sophie Amiak, just asking about Sinner. Is he speed on the serve? Is it where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, Mike, I was just looking at that, actually. It's actually above his average serve speed from the Felix match. He's at 121 on the first. It was down to 117 versus Felix.
But he did just throw in his first double of the day, kind of swats at the ball as it came back onto his side as well.
And for Sinner, that's a temper tantrum of mammoth proportion. He normally doesn't show much. And the frustration is getting there. He's not winning second serve points, so he's trying to go a little bigger on some of those second serves. What he does to other people is what Alcaraz is doing to him right now.
Definitely saw some of the Kuroda boys up in the stands as well, looking a little nervous. 30-all serve. Sinner good. Alcaraz through the middle. Sinner forehand up the line in behind it. Alcaraz gets a backhand. Now we'll step into a forehand as Sinner actually retreated to the baseline. Alcaraz forehand middle, Sinner forehand middle, Alcaraz forehand up the line, running backhand, Sinner's into the net. Change of direction from Carlos Alcaraz, and it does the damage. Break chance for Carlos.
Sinner might have been better off had he done what you said and taken the forehand and come in, but he started forward and thought better of it, backed out, and then once he did that, he was a little bit behind the rest of the rally.
Carlos Alcaraz 2 of 4 on his break chances so far here today. Sinner taking an extra couple of seconds here. Serve clock at 1. Now just starting his motion at 0. Serve, T, wide. Yeah, really used the entirety of the 25 seconds allotted to him there. Now a second, where he is 5 of 14.
He's 26 seconds, but they let him go.
Return is into the net from Alcaraz. A big second through the tee at 108 on that second to get us back to deuce.
But even though it was 108, Alcaraz was waiting on it. That was in his strike zone. He probably could have done a little better, obviously. Such a big game here, you get the sense for Sinner.
Yeah, we might actually see a positive bit of emotion from him if he gets this hold. Deuce now, serve into the body. Alcaraz just has to get out of the way, put a frame on it, misses wide. Game point now for the world number 1.
Now, normally, Nick, we can't see. Did Darren Cahill stand up after that serve? Normally, he
did
stands up.
He did on the break point saved.
Yeah.
He's getting those squats in.
Yeah. He knows when the best time to stand up, when his guy needs something.
Game point for Jannik Sinner. Serve out wide. Alcaraz lob return lands good. Sinner forehand big into the deuce corner. Alcaraz gets to it, but pops it into the net. And indeed, he looks over at his team, does Jannik Sinner, with a fist pump towards them. See if this will right the ship. 1 love here in the second. Will tie his shoe as well. Aryna Sabalenka, your champion yesterday. On the women's side, Jimmy, a pretty impressive performance. A little bit of a blip there at the end, but certainly a hard-earned title for Aryna.
Well, and against a player in Amanda Anisimova that has given her trouble, that is actually someone that can out-hit her. So, yes, for Sabalenka, a great day. Anisimova better than Wimbledon final, and it's getting close.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, it's a quite emotional day being so close to it and not being able to get there. Last time, both the men's and women's champions defended.
Tell us.
1996.
No
Pete
way.
Sampras and Steffi Graf. It's been a while. Serve into the body. Does a good amount of damage there from Carlos Alcaraz. Gets the return miss.
They're still wiping down the women's locker room from all that Moet that sprayed, guys.
I need some of those signature goggles that Aryna has.
That was a scene in there. Congrats to Aryna. What an awesome way to end the Grand Slam season for her.
Agreed. And what has been a fantastic season for her. Just missing out on that one major title. She was able to grab it in the final one. It's 30 love here. Another return miss from Jannik Sinner.
I'm confused when I'm watching this match because Sinner has been playing, every player he's played has served 123, 124 miles an hour, and he crushes the returns. And in this match, he can't handle that pace.
Serve into the body. Return is missed long.
Missing all of them.
Yeah.
That was just a regulation serve again. Nothing that special.
Yeah.
Do you see any pattern, Jimmy, off of those misses?
They're all into the backhand body. I mean, that left hip that you talked about.
Yeah, that's a good serve against him, but that last one wasn't. It was right in his slot. That's
yeah. It's
I'm
hard to
having
explain.
trouble.
Yeah. Game point here on a second serve from Alcaraz far side. Sinner backhand up the line is missed again. It is a third straight hold to love for Carlos Alcaraz. That's 13 straight points for him on serve. That's, I think, where we're trying to figure it out. Because, listen, when you look at the stats, Carlos, serving well through it. But in terms of returns made for Jannik Sinner, he's making 71%. Right now,
in the tournament,
he's at 65% here today.
Doesn't even feel as though it's 65.
Right, agreed.
Yes.
1-1 here early in this second set. If you're joining us late, Carlos Alcaraz taking the first 6-2, breaks in games 1 and 7. Sinner serving near side, out wide, misses wide. Second serve where he has been quite vulnerable. 40% for the day. Second is good. Alcaraz backhand middle, Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz goes backhand lifted cross. He'll now get a backhand slice. Sinner run around forehand inside out to a Sinner backhand, an Alcaraz backhand slice, who now gets a backhand up the line. Sinner lob, Alcaraz volley, good, and it is a winner off of the volley side from Carlos Alcaraz. For love 15, again a deficit situation in the Sinner serve.
Alcaraz is doing so many things well, I can't tell you. His slice, he's floating it deep, but it gets Sinner to back up, and then there's a little space, and he comes in, and he's covering that ground so quickly, and just, I'm not accustomed to seeing, Sinner is always backing his opponents while he's dominating them, and he is not doing that at all to Alcaraz right now.
Carlos just toyed with him in that point.
So Sinner here at the near side in this copper-colored kit. Serve T long. 49 minutes into this matchup. The world #1 and #2. Sinner. Second serve, good. Alcaraz goes backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz has to slice that back through the middle. Sinner inside out forehand to an Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand through the middle and short. Alcaraz forehand to a Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand middle. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand middle off the net and good. Sinner forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand into the net. And it's 30-15.
You seem to have the stats there. Do you have the stats on
15 all,
who's winning the 5-9 rally and who's winning the over 9? Because it feels as though Alcaraz is winning most of these rallies.
Yeah, it's actually 4-2 in favor of Alcaraz. Just 6 points that have gone over 9 shots.
Over 9, okay.
Yeah, just 6. And then, yeah, Alcaraz has won 4 of them.
Felt like a first real maybe nervy miss from Carlos. Just felt uncharacteristic from what we've seen so far.
15 all. Serve is an ace out wide. So now 30-15.
This feels like such a pivotal time in the match to me because Sinner's still hanging on by his fingernails, and if he can keep hanging on for a couple more games, then you get the sense that he'll work his way in.
Well, the beauty of our scoring system, right? Blowout in the first, but you just reset here in the second, of course. 119 on that first serve. Ace. At 30-15, serve out wide. Chip return lands good. Sinner forehand back behind Carlos Alcaraz into the ad corner. And another fist pump from him. He does believe he's got game points at 40-15.
Yeah, great serve. And I was actually impressed with the Alcaraz return. I know it was a sitter in some ways for Sinner, but it was a great return from how good that serve was.
8th winner of the day for Jannik Sinner. His serve tees just wide. Second serve here for Jannik. Off the net and stays. No, it goes over by the thinnest of margins. Just barely.
You don't get those kind
trickled
of
over.
dribble overs too often at the U.S. Open. This
No.
net is very tight.
Yes.
So it's hard to get that.
Second serve now for Jannik is good. Alcaraz backhand looped up the line, will miss long. So, yeah, definitely feels like a couple maybe missed opportunities there for Carlos Alcaraz as Jannik Sinner does get it to 2-1. And one of those things that I even talked about during that match with Felix, you have to take advantage of those moments while your opponent is just a little bit lower than average. Carlos had one break chance in the opener in the second set. Not able to take advantage. Is that a turning point? We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see, but as I said, it feels as though this is such an important and pivotal time in the match because Alcaraz, you get the sense, could put it away almost early in the second set. He still might lose from 2-0, but it'd be hard to believe because of just how good both these players are. If they had a 2-set lead, you'd think they'd finish it. Yeah,
I mean, Jannik's done it twice, come from 2-0 down against Fucsovics at the Australian Open in 23, and of course, memorably in the final against Daniil Medvedev last year, coming from 2-0 down. So certainly within the realm of possibility, but if Carlos plays at that elite level, hard to see it.
Hard to see it happening, and even in the Medvedev match, Medvedev was compromised physically because he played so many 5-setters.
Right.
And he wasn't even playing his normal style of game, by the way, Medvedev. He was taking returns early and trying to rip because he knew he was physically compromised, and I think he did it for 2 sets and started thinking about it.
I have to tell you, I just witnessed on the screen in front of me a moment that just took me back to my childhood. Nick McCarville, do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not. Please
It
tell
was
us.
Bruce Springsteen shaking hands with Courtney Cox, bringing back the, I believe, was it Dancing in the Dark?
It was.
Dancing in the Dark video?
The video, yes.
And they just met up and shook hands. I don't know how many times that's happened in the last 40 years.
I'm sure she said, look, do another video, get me in there.
Exactly. They're sitting just across the row from each other in the president's box, and they both just got huge cheers on the big screen.
Amazing. She did all right for herself after that random appearance in a music video.
She did, right?
She's okay. Backhand return up the line from Sinner. Alcaraz goes back behind him with the backhand. Now gets a forehand into the net. Another blink from Carlos Alcaraz, and it's love 15.
He's already had 3 unforced errors in just 3 games and a point. So 2 unforced errors in set 1. There wasn't going to ever keep up that level.
No.
That was too much.
And Sinner starting to bounce around before these return points. Got wrong-footed on the last point and still won it. 1-2, love 15. Second set, serve well long, trying to go backhand body once again from Alcaraz. 6-2 first set, 1-2 here in the second for Alcaraz. He's at the near side. His second serve good. Sinner goes backhand loop through the middle. Alcaraz forehand. Sinner goes forehand cross big. Alcaraz squash shot just clears the net. Touch volley from Sinner. Alcaraz there, pops it up the line. Volley from Sinner into the deuce corner. And here comes the Fox at love 30. And he asked for the crowd to come along with him.
They do, Mike. They want to be a part of this match. We're just about full, finally, inside Ash.
And they know he needs, it's always an interesting crowd here. They know their tennis, and they know he needs a little something right now. And he's got a chance at love 30, the first time he's really had any pressure on Alcaraz's serve. By the way, Alcaraz, even though he lost this point, it's just amazing how well he moved. The drop shot that he got to in that rally was incredible.
Looking for his first break chance of the match. Alcaraz serve good. Sinner forehand middle. Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner goes forehand up the line to a backhand middle from Alcaraz. That misses well long. He won't get one chance. He'll get 3 of them. Love 40.
You could feel a little momentum swinging when Alcaraz didn't take advantage of the first couple of games where Sinner still felt just a little bit antsy, and now he's engaged with the crowd. This is a big moment for Alcaraz. Can he find a way out of this love 40?
Takes a couple extra bounces of the ball, looks over at his opponent. Alcaraz serve out wide, misses both long and wide. Crowd ready for it. That much is clear. Second serve for Alcaraz, good. Sinner goes backhand cross. Alcaraz backing up the line, running forehand for Sinner. Alcaraz volley, Sinner forehand pass. It's clean and broken at love. Jannik Sinner is here. He's arrived, and we've got a match on our hands as Sinner gets to 3-1.
Yeah, the first point of this game, I know that sounds crazy. Seems like in the end it was pretty important. It was a wrong-footed Sinner a short forehand for Alcaraz. He missed it in the net. And then all of a sudden, for the first time, he was behind on his serve in a game, and it just escalated into a quick love break. And as you said, strap in. We've got a match going now.
Third time that Alcaraz has been broken in this fortnight. Sinner, far side, 3-1, serve into the net. Of course, he has not yet lost a set, Alcaraz. Down a break against Novak a couple days ago in that second set. This second serve is long. Worst way to try and consolidate, to start with a double fault, just kills that momentum. Second double for Sinner, both in the set and this match. We'll have 15 here at 3-1. Sinner far side. Serve out wide. Alcaraz backhand cross lands good on the line. Sinner backhand up the line. Running forehand for Alcaraz into the bottom of the net. This time that backhand line really potent. It's 15-all.
Yeah, but it still shouldn't have worked as well as it did. He hit it great. He was in trouble because it was a miss-hit return and it pulled Sinner into the stands almost. He was so far away. Alcaraz should have been able to lift that at least and get it cross court.
Alcaraz has adjusted his return position just a little bit. He's about 15 feet now behind the baseline for this 15-all point on the Sinner serve. Tee long. Nice grab there from Sinner on the racket. Was able to control the ball, hence the applause.
Yeah, he tried that earlier and wasn't able to control it. Just another sign that he's more relaxed.
The touch is back. Second serve, good. Alcaraz forehand cross lands on the line and good. What a shot from Jannik Sinner. Off of the court, crushes that ball cross court, and it's 30-15.
I mean, two straight semi-miss-hit returns that go for incredible angles that get Sinner outside the doubles line, and Sinner wins both points. That one with a clean slap shot forehand winner.
That's a lot of what we saw in that Wimbledon final between these guys. Sinner pulled wide and then able to create an even more acute angle.
Serve at 30-15 tee. Alcaraz returned through the middle. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand middle. Run around forehand for Alcaraz. Loop to a Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner goes backhand up the line. Running forehand Alcaraz. Sinner forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand back up the line. That's into the net. And game points here for Jannik Sinner. Another fist pump towards his team as well.
What a strange change in the court position. As this whole last couple of minutes, Sinner is suddenly playing like he always does. He's up on the baseline, and Alcaraz is being pushed behind. That hadn't happened much in set one.
Jannik Sinner has won 9 of the last 10 points of this match to completely assert himself as the dominant alpha for the moment. Game points. Sinner serve good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner forehand middle. Alcaraz forehand middle. Sinner forehand is into the net. That was a mano-a-mano point won at the 1 hour mark by Carlos Alcaraz to 40-30.
Yeah, that's my forehand's bigger than yours. No, mine's bigger. And in the end, it was Alcaraz who won that little battle.
As soon as I start talking about being the alpha, Alcaraz wants to challenge.
Yeah, no, he heard you say that.
Too much security between us right now. 40-30 here for Sinner. Again, Alcaraz retreats farther back on this return position for this Jannik Sinner serve. It is long. He will take a couple, 3, 4 steps forward now. So he's about 5 feet behind the baseline. Now one more giant step, so 3 feet for the second serve, which is good. Alcaraz backhand cross, Sinner backhand middle. Run around forehand for Alcaraz, loop to a Sinner backhand up the line. Alcaraz forehand loop to a Sinner forehand up the line. Alcaraz backhand loop, Sinner forehand inside out to an Alcaraz backhand line. Sinner forehand cross, Alcaraz running forehand cross. Sinner forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross, run around forehand for Alcaraz is into the net. And Jannik Sinner has consolidated. He's raced out now after fighting off a break chance early to a 4-1 edge here in the second on US Open Radio, presented by American Express. Nick McCarville is courtside. Jimmy Arias next to me. I'm Mike Cation. That's Claude running things on the ones and twos. And Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, things have certainly flipped here in this second set. Let's see if he's able to bounce back. Takes a look over at his team, waiting for the crowd to settle in just a little bit as well. Takes a look over at Jannik Sinner, now ready to go. Far side, 1-4. Let's first serve for him. Alcaraz with a little bit of a racket trick as well to calm that return from Jannik Sinner. Serving just 50% in this second set is Carlos Alcaraz. Serve here into the net. And on top of it, whereas he was so good on his second serves in the first, just 1 of 4 on his seconds here in the second. This second, good. Sinner backhand will miss long through the middle of the court. It's 15-love.
It's a good mix of second serves from Alcaraz, occasionally going big into the left hip and then occasionally just spinning it in with less pace, but a kick to it, and that's the one that Sinner sometimes mistimes, and he just mistimed again.
Yeah, that was just 89 miles an hour on that second serve as Alcaraz serves here, T, net. So this serve has started to disappear for Carlos Alcaraz. That has been such a strength for him through this fortnight. His second is good, but it is a let. Has served at 63% for the tournament, winning 84% of the first, second, 65% effectiveness. The second good, Sinner back into an Alcaraz forehand up the line, running forehand, Sinner good. Alcaraz forehand up the line, in behind it, has a volley into the deuce corner, but he misses it both wide and long. Nowhere close, and it's 15-all.
Beautifully constructed point until missing the volley from Alcaraz. His kick serve pulled Sinner way out and then took control, came in, everything looked perfect until the forehand volley went very awry.
He has really fallen off in his net play here in the second. Was 6 of 6 in the first, 1 of 4 here in the second. What a turnaround we've had here over the last 15, 20 minutes. 15-all serve into the net. Just 4 of 10 now here in this second set. Now a second is good. Sinner forehand to an Alcaraz forehand inside in. Sinner there with the forehand. Volley, Alcaraz, Sinner, forehand cross, touch volley, Alcaraz, good this time. And a fist pump towards his team, trying to reframe how this second set has played out. It's 30-15.
Yeah, again, he felt as though he was in a little bit of trouble after coming in, and it was a good first pass again from Sinner. Got the ball down low. He had to hit a half volley up, but made good work of the next shot.
Indeed, he did.
That was a fist pump into a finger wag, Mike.
A finger wag? Wow. Serve, good into the body. Return, not good, into the net. 40-15.
Who was finger wagging?
Well, I think he feels the momentum has shifted a little bit here. I think he's trying to reinstate himself into this match.
Yeah, no question.
Doesn't want to let this second set completely evaporate.
Yep.
Alcaraz, it's only the one break.
Yeah, just keep things tight for the moment. See if the opportunity presents. 40-15, serve Alcaraz out wide, and Sinner, the response into the net. You get a vamos from Carlos Alcaraz there as he gets it to 4-2 in this second set.
I love the players that, to me, Roger Federer was the best at this, is knowing when to say, come on.
Yes.
Let's go. He wasn't over the top all the time, Federer, but he knew when, here's a chance to change momentum. Let me give you a little, come on.
Yes.
Did you like that timing?
I did.
That vamos?
I did.
It felt pointed.
It did.
Courtside.
More finger wags, too. I'd love some more of that. All right, so let's see how Sinner responds here with Alcaraz trying to reassert himself. Jannik Sinner, near side. Does have that arm sleeve on once again here today. His serve is good. Alcaraz forehand to a Sinner forehand up the line. Alcaraz running backhand. Sinner forehand, he shanked that. It is going to miss wide and long. 15.
And maybe Sinner's feeling that momentum swing back because that was an anxious looking snatch at the forehand. His upper body did have a little flinch to it. May have been a skiddy bad bounce, I'm not sure.
Not a skibbity bounce?
Some sort of bounce like that.
Okay. Love 15. Service into the net. I did that because I know my daughter's watching and she will cringe at me saying skibbity. It's just my one note from my daughter, Marnie. Second serve here is good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner forehand inside out to an Alcaraz backhand. Sinner forehand inside out. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz run around forehand inside out to a Sinner backhand line. Alcaraz running forehand good. Sinner forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand. Back up the line will miss long. 15 all.
Carlos really talking to himself, guys, after that backhand miss. Super frustrated that he let that one go.
Feels like he's trying to encourage himself to step back into the court, Nick.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what he was saying to himself. I could see him yelling at himself. I feel as though maybe he should have gone back to a high ball cross court instead of the down line. He tried on that shot. He wasn't really in control of the point go line.
15 all serve, body long.
Juan Carlos just told him, it's all good, next point.
Yep. Easy to say from the box, tough when you're actually out there. 15 all second serve, good. Alcaraz backhand up the line, running backhand Sinner. Alcaraz forehand inside in, running forehand from Sinner. Did it catch the line?
I thought it missed.
I thought it missed too. Long. It was long, okay.
Oh man, he left that close though, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah, Alcaraz was in behind it and just left it. Yeah, misses by about half an inch or so, maybe an inch. But it is 15-30, so an opening here for Carlos Alcaraz.
I have no idea how that ball got as close as it did, because when Alcaraz, he hadn't yet got very far in, and the ball was around waist height when it went past him.
We are close to a ball change, just a couple of points away from a ball change, so maybe a little bit heavier right now, potentially. 15-30 serve, good. Alcaraz backhand to a Sinner inside out forehand. Alcaraz backhand up the line, running forehand. Sinner, good off the baseline. Now Sinner gets another run around forehand. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross short. Alcaraz forehand to a Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand up the line. Now running forehand Sinner cross. Alcaraz forehand is into the net. That is unforced error number 9 now for Alcaraz after just 2 in the first.
It was amazing in the first set the way he was picking the shots so perfectly, and he's starting to pull the trigger maybe on a couple of shots from a position where it doesn't do him much good. It's a high risk, not as likely for a reward. That forehand that he just hit was way back. Wasn't going to do as much damage as he had hoped.
Interesting to see. We were talking about those points of 9+, and Sinner has won the last 4, now leads that 6-4.
Thank you.
Sinner is backing off of his service motion here at 30 all. Little disturbance in the crowd. So again, 4-2 here in the second set. 30 all for Jannik Sinner. Near side, serve long, trying to go backhand body. Lost the first, 6-2. Closing in on 4 o'clock local time. A little over an hour of match time. Serve good. Alcaraz up the line with his return. It's into the net. Very aggressive second to bring up game point.
Yeah, 102 miles an hour out wide, well placed with pace. And Alcaraz does take a very aggressive stance for second serve returns.
Pretty big turnaround for Sinner in his second serve effectiveness as well. Up to 67% for the set after just 33 in the first. Serve into the net on this game point. Now a second coming for Jannik. Alcaraz 3 feet behind the baseline. Sinner serve good. Alcaraz forehand up the line. Forehand Sinner cross. Alcaraz there. Squash shot will be into the bottom of the net. This has been some turnaround here. It just feels, Jimmy, like it's been like these two guys have just been on separate elevators going up and down in this second set, and Jannik headed back towards the penthouse.
Well, maybe before the match started, they said to each other, look, we're going to go 5 anyway. Let's do the first 2. You take 1, I'll take the next one, and then game on.
Are you claiming it's like an exhibition where the outcome is predetermined?
I am kidding. But, I mean, it is a complete turnaround. Even second serve points 1, it was all one-way traffic. Alcaraz in the first set is now completely switched. The long rallies are all being won by Sinner. In the first set, they were all being won by Alcaraz. And at one point, as Nick said, it almost looked, there was a point where Alcaraz looked like he was toying with Sinner, the way the point was played. He hit a hard ball, then a floating slice, and came in. He was doing what he wanted to Sinner. You did know it's hard to keep that level up against someone as great as Sinner. You're going to have, I know that it's been a different tournament for Alcaraz where he hasn't had the letdowns, but against Sinner, if you just, against most of the players, if Alcaraz lets down a little bit, you won't even notice because he's still going to win the game, likely. against Sinner, if you have that little bit of a letdown, he'll make you pay, and that's exactly what's happened here in set 2.
And Nick, it feels noticeable, you know, we've noticed it up here as well, but that idea of court position from Alcaraz just ceding a lot of that baseline time to Sinner here in the second.
Yeah, just watching now as Carlos heads over to his box, and he's going to have a chat here with Juan Carlos Ferrero, but just has come off that top level guy, and it'll be interesting to see, are we going to get the top level from both of them at the same time here, but just has felt like Sinner has settled in so much more in this match. And then, Mike, that Carlos, like you say, with the court positioning, is second-guessing exactly how he wants to execute against a top-level Jannik.
And it is Alcaraz serving here near side, 2-5, misses the first serve into the net, as again, that serve percentage has also dropped to the basement from Alcaraz. Second serve for him here is good. Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz forehand inside out is into the net, half-hearted there.
Yeah,
that was 15.
That was a strange-looking point from Alcaraz. Good deep return. It wasn't an easy ball, but it didn't look as though he was fully engaged, Alcaraz.
And love 15 kind of reminds me of where Sinner was in that last return game in the first. Just not quite there. Return through the middle is into the net from Sinner after a very good tee serve from Carlos Alcaraz.
131 miles an hour, the biggest serve that he's hit to this point.
Exactly right. He's averaging 119. Sinner is averaging 120 for the day. Serve. Alcaraz out wide, caught the outside of the line for his second ace of the day.
That was about to be a serve and volley out wide from Alcaraz. Serve and volley did work a little bit for Ogier Aliassime in the semifinals.
It did, until his leg started going a little bit in that third set. 30-15 serve out wide, lob return. Alcaraz will watch that one sail long to the back tarp. Comfortably to 40-15. We're 15 into this one. Moving at a relatively brisk pace, all things considered, with these game points for Alcaraz near side, serving and volleying, but missing the serve long. The return has just come down, just short of Bruce Springsteen. Second serve for him. Good. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz picks it up, but will miss long. That was absolutely an explosion off of the racket of Jannik Sinner to 40-30.
106 mile an hour second serve that was actually placed well. The problem is Sinner has very long arms.
He does.
He can extend them when hitting a forehand. He comes with some pace as well. And that second serve, although it was a good one, wasn't good against Sinner. He crushed it.
Still a game point here for Alcaraz. Near side, serve out wide. And that does get the work done. So Alcaraz is going to come get a new racket, as we have hit this ball change after the 16th game at 5-3 in the second.
So normally, as a server, you feel pretty good about getting new balls to serve with. It's when they're a little bit quicker. We'll see if that works out for Sinner, because he had some momentum going in, and the one game where you might feel a little pressure is when you serve for a set.
That is exactly what he is doing right now, looking to end that consecutive sets won for Carlos Alcaraz through this 2025 U.S. Open campaign. Sinner far side at 5-3, serve tee good. Alcaraz loops a return to a Sinner forehand cross. That's off the line and good for a winner, and 15 love.
That wasn't happening much in set one. This was a return off a first serve that was the kind that Sinner wasn't enjoying. He was mistiming some of those low high balls, and this time he timed it well.
5-3, 15 love for Jannik Sinner, the world number one. Serve. Looking to go body. Looked like forehand body there. Misses into the net. Second serve now for Sinner. Good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner goes backhand cross. Sliced from Alcaraz. Sinner run around forehand. He's going to miss that one well long. A little bit late making that decision to run around, hit the forehand in the ad corner.
If I had Jannik Sinner's backhand, I wouldn't be running around all that often. And he got himself in a tough position because he ended up right around the doubles line. And from that position, you better hit something pretty aggressive or you've left court for your opponent.
Well, that's what he was doing against Lorenzo Musetti exclusively. Anytime Musetti opened up that racket, he was running around and getting there, and it felt like, yeah, maybe just a little bit late doing so here. 5-3, 15 all. Sinner, T, net.
Just feeling a little edgy over there on the Sinner side, guys. Trying to close out this set.
Yeah, he's serving just 45% in the set, actually. Second serve, good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner, forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross, sliced back from Alcaraz. Sinner inside out forehand to an Alcaraz looped backhand. Sinner run around forehand again. Alcaraz backhand through the middle. Sinner forehand, good. Alcaraz loops the forehand off the baseline and good. Now he runs around forehand up the line to a Sinner forehand. Alcaraz drop shot. Sinner there on the forehand side, close to the juice corner. Alcaraz lobs. Sinner finishes off that backhand wing with a swinging volley into the ad corner. 30-15.
Those were the kind of points that Alcaraz was winning in set one. It was a 19-shot rally. He has stopped winning the long rallies. That drop shot to Sinner is not a great idea because you can't back him up, and he has the speed to get in. Still, Alcaraz showed some poor touch on his lob attempt when he was running wide. He did get to the ball off of his drop shot and didn't do enough with it.
Makes Jannik Sinner a perfect 4 for 4 at the net here in this set. Serve, 30-15 T is good. Gets a return miss out of Carlos Alcaraz. And 2 set points for Jannik Sinner. Waits for the crowd to settle. Takes a look over at Alcaraz. Still waiting. Now begins his motion. Couple of bounces of the ball. 40-15 at 5-3. Serve Sinner out wide, just misses long. Second serve now for Jannik. That's good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner rolls a forehand. Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner has to lob that back. Swinging volley. Alcaraz through the middle, misses long. And this best of 5 has now become best of 3. Jannik Sinner, 6-3 second. A set apiece in the final of the U.S. Open on U.S. Open Radio, presented by American Express. Well, great to be with you here for the men's final of the 2025 U.S. Open. Mike Cation, Jimmy Arias, Nick McCarville is courtside for this one. Just a complete flip of the script there in that second set. Just the ability for Sinner to control things on the second serves, both on the serve himself and also on the return side. Jimmy just felt like he was able to dictate a little bit more in terms of the pace of play, and also winning again those longer points here by a pretty healthy advantage in that second set.
All of a sudden the second serve return from Alcaraz, even though it was similar as it was in the first set, Sinner was no longer struggling so much. He was able to redirect and get in the point, and eventually he was winning the longer rally. So for Alcaraz, it's a strange feeling, I suppose. It was so easy in set one, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And it happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, just those first couple of return games, he had opportunities in both of them, wasn't able to capitalize, and now here we are. It is Carlos Alcaraz serving to start this third set. Serve for him out wide is good. Gets a return miss out of Jannik Sinner. A little bit off speed. Slider out wide. Not his best, but effective nonetheless.
Mike, both guys taking in the second set stats that were flashed up on the board. They're both having a little gander. I think Carlos may be looking at that 11 unforced errors in set two.
Serve out wide, good. Lob return lands good. Alcaraz didn't adjust to it, and he's going to miss the backhand wide. Just a tactical error there from Alcaraz, just assuming it was going to miss, and I think he just wrong-footed himself.
I mean, he went in two different directions. He was going to hit out of the air, then he wasn't. He was going to hit a forehand, and in the end, he hit nothing.
And as a result, 15 all. Serve out wide is an ace for Alcaraz. Third of the day for him, one in each set. 12-match winning streak coming into this one for Alcaraz. .30-15. Serve for Carlos into the net. Become the second youngest man to win his 6th Grand Slam. Serve is good. Sinner backhand to an Alcaraz backhand slice. Sinner run around forehand up the line. Squash shot Alcaraz into the bottom of the net, and a really big moment here at 30 all in the opener in the third.
That was a nasty whippy forehand from Sinner from inside the baseline. He had to get the ball up and down in a hurry, and he did it with pace.
Kind of mirrors what we saw in the second set, right? Carlos Alcaraz, all that momentum, had a break chance in that one, not able to convert. And you saw how things unfolded in that second. Can Sinner get to a break chance himself? Serve, tee, net.
Yeah, this feels very important now for Alcaraz to change the momentum.
Thank you. He has to wait as crowd interrupts his motion there. Pulls off, now is ready to restart.
That will make this second serve a little more difficult. He tried 130-mile-an-hour first serve.
Second is good. We'll get a forehand. Goes up the line for a winner, and you hear the roar from Carlos Alcaraz with a game point.
That was awesome because that second serve with the delay was fantastic. It was right in the corner with some pace. He got a forehand and absolutely crushed it down the line.
Man, he held that forehand just for a second, and what a spot he hit with it, too.
Yeah, deep into that ad corner. Serve off the net and good. It's going out wide. Sinner about, we'll call it 10 to 12 feet behind the baseline right now for this first serve. From Carlos Alcaraz, serve good into the body. Short response. Fake drop shot. Backhand Sinner is into the net. And Alcaraz does get through that testy moment. 1-love here in the third.
Yeah, the fake drop shot probably didn't need to be faked. It could have been just a drop shot because it was one of the few times Sinner was pretty far back.
Yep. And Alcaraz was well into the court.
Yes. So it would have been a good time to actually drop shot.
Guys, well, this is one thing I love about Carlos Alcaraz. He's just taking a drink of water here at the changeover and makes eye contact with fans who are cheering out his name and gives them a head nod. Like, yeah, I'm in this too.
Yeah.
Just, I love the, champions, every champion is built different, and he doesn't mind that interaction. He takes the energy from it.
Yeah, I love that. And he's always so good with the kids who he gets to meet as well. Very responsive. Sinner serve out wide. Alcaraz, what a return. Forehand up the line from Sinner, misses long. That was absolutely absurd off the forehand wing of Carlos Alcaraz as we get to love 15.
Yeah, did he mean to do that? That was incredible. He was so far back. It was a very good first serve, and Alcaraz somehow reaches out and hits an angle that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it was. So at love 15, we saw a lot of deficit situations for Sinner in that first and early in the second. Here, serves out wide, misses wide. Serving for the day 53%, which is where he ended against Felix Auger-Aliassime a couple nights ago. Serve good. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand middle. Run around forehand for Sinner. Alcaraz backhand up the line. Off the baseline, good. Now he runs to a forehand cross. Sinner forehand up the line to an Alcaraz backhand cross in behind it. Sinner backhand into the net. And love 30 now on the Sinner serve.
All right, we're already looking like set one. All of a sudden in these rallies, the pace, depth, variety, all the things that Alcaraz brings is causing some problems for Sinner in these first 2 points of this service game.
Have these two elevator cars passed each other once again on floor number 6.
Both coaches engaging their players just here before this point.
Interesting. Love 1, love 30. Game 2 of the third set. Sinner takes a look over at Alcaraz. Now ready to go. The serve, good. Alcaraz return into the net off the backhand, and a little bit of impatience there from Alcaraz. Frustrated not being able to make that ball. 15-30.
It was a good first serve, but he was there.
Yep.
So,
yeah, very much on the strings.
A little annoyed at himself that he didn't at least get that point started.
Sinner again takes one look at the return position from Alcaraz. 12 feet behind the baseline. Serve into the net. Now those big steps forward from Carlos Alcaraz, who has won 48% of the second serves he's looked at. Sinner serve up the tee. What a return through the middle. Sinner just tomahawks that forehand into the deuce corner. Alcaraz just did well to get it back with a little bit of depth there. It's 30 all.
Yeah, that was too good from Sinner. 104 mile an hour second serve, very close to the center line. A good lunge from Alcaraz. One of the things that's always impressed me with Alcaraz is even when he's at full stretch, it feels as though his body is perfectly balanced.
Some building frustration here, guys, for Carlos. He hasn't been able to make that mark on Jannik's serve and just kicked the towel boxes in the corner. That's kind of his go-to racket smash, the foot, the kick of the towel box.
Serve into the net for Sinner. We all have to take it out somewhere, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. He even rearranged them, Mike. Made sure they're back in line.
Second serve, good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner forehand inside out to a running backhand Alcaraz. Sinner forehand inside out. Alcaraz backing up the line to a running forehand Sinner. Alcaraz forehand cross, decides not to come in behind it, but the little threat made Sinner go for a little bit more, and he pulls the forehand wide. For the first time since the opener of the second, Carlos Alcaraz has a break chance.
Alcaraz is one of the only guys when I've been watching someone play Sinner that when Sinner gets control of the point, he doesn't panic. He can get a ball deep. He moves well enough that he gets back in points. Not easy to do against Sinner. Alcaraz managed it that time.
Thank you.
2 of 5 on his break chances so far today is Carlos Alcaraz, bouncing around right now, waiting for the serve from Jannik Sinner, which is tee good. Lob return lands good short. Sinner, he missed the forehand and slams the ball up towards the roof of Arthur Ashe Stadium as Carlos Alcaraz goes up a break 2-love in the third.
Can't believe he missed that, guys. He can't either.
Well,
over and chatting with Darren Cahill.
Yeah, and what he was saying there is I'm missing by an inch. He's doing things that you don't ever see Jannik Sinner do. He's complaining about the fact that he missed by small margins.
Thank you.
How much of that is because of the fact that Alcaraz can track things down so incredibly well?
Some of it, no question.
2-love serve, tee long. Alcaraz is at the near side of things for us here in this third set. 11 minutes into the third. We've hit the 90-minute mark. Serve good. Response into the ad corner. Backhand Alcaraz. Backhand Sinner. Drop shot Alcaraz to the ad side. Sinner there. Backhand up the line is good. It's love 15.
Alcaraz looked at his box after that, and I almost get the sense he said, wait, stop drop shotting Jannik Sinner. He took 2 power strides, or 3.
Yes.
From a position where Alcaraz, I'm sure, felt pretty good when he first hit the drop shot, and it turned into being ugly within 2 big strides.
So it wasn't 15. A terrible drop shot.
No. A 15 serve net, and back onto his side. For Carlos Alcaraz. Takes a look over. Sinner about 3 feet behind the baseline. Second is good. Sinner rolls a backhand to an Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand cross will be pulled wide. It's love 30.
Well, the one time Alcaraz was broken, it was at love. And he was in control again of the first point of this game.
Yep.
When he tried the drop shot.
Another massive moment here early in this third set. Alcaraz ready to go with the sleeveless He top serve into the net. He has missed all 3 first serves. Second now for Alcaraz. That's good. Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Lob from Sinner. Alcaraz backtracks. It lands good. Alcaraz from the baseline. Overhead good. And tails away. What spin. What wizardry was that from Carlos Alcaraz? Overhead winner from the baseline. It's 15-30.
You got to know that Alcaraz even sometimes is impressed with himself, and he was after this shot. The great defensive lob under pressure behind the baseline. That wasn't a regulation overhead. That was a boomerang. It almost came back to his side of the court. It moved so much.
My word.
It was a comet with the tail.
Good gravy. Serve out wide is good. It's an ace from Carlos Alcaraz. Second of this set, and we're at 30-all.
I think Carlos worked mentally so hard late in the second and early in this third to get this break. He is going to fight tooth and nail not to give it back.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Takes a look again at Sinner's return position. Serve out wide is just wide. Sinner has moved a little bit tighter to the baseline, maybe 6 feet behind the baseline for that first serve. Now right on top of it for this second, which is good, to a backhand Sinner middle, just missed into the net. He slams his racket down on the ground and bounces right back up into his hand, but a game point now for Alcaraz.
Well, Sinner, again, he's showing more frustration than we've ever seen him in this match so far. He hit a ball up in the air, like you said, after getting broken, and then that 30-all point, that was a missed spot by Alcaraz. He was trying to go body, and it ended up being in the strike zone of Sinner. Sinner still missed the return.
Serve, T. Lob return lands good on the baseline. Alcaraz has to throw a forehand to a Sinner forehand. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner forehand inside out. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner run around forehand inside out to an Alcaraz backhand cross. Drop shot from Sinner. Alcaraz there. Backhand up the line. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz volley good. And he puts his finger to the ear and says, let's go. We're ready, vamos. Carlos Alcaraz consolidates the break. It's 3-love here in the third. Gritty stuff there, Jimmy, from Carlos Alcaraz.
I'm not sure you should drop shot either of these players. Because, again, a decent drop shot, and Alcaraz had been backed up in this point very far behind the baseline when the drop shot happened.
That was nearly a perfect drop shot from what I could see of
it was.
And guys, I will tell you, just huge frustration from Jannik Sinner looking up at his box after that game and kind of giving them a look of, well, what am I supposed to do?
That's a great question. Jimmy, I'm going to let you handle that. What should he do?
It's a difficult answer because it feels to me, watching these two play against each other, and this has got to be strange for Sinner, that it's a little bit more on Alcaraz than it is on Sinner. When Alcaraz is in full flow, it's even better than Sinner.
His top level is better than Sinner's.
Top level seems better than Sinner's. And so that's got to be strange because no one else can do that to Jannik Sinner. His top level is so ridiculous. He beats great players 6-1, 6-1, 6-1.
Right.
And Alcaraz can't keep that top level forever, so it's going to have these ups and downs during the match. But it feels as though it's a little bit more up to Alcaraz.
Yeah. Feels like maybe that basement level, that floor, if you will, has risen more and more so that we don't see those massive dips as much.
Well, and against Sinner, if you just have a tiny dip, he takes advantage.
Exactly.
So it's not a little different for both players.
It is love 3 on the Jannik Sinner serve. He's at the near side, serve, T, long. 1 hour, 36 minutes on the clock. Doesn't look like we're going to get to that 5-hour instant classic that we had a few years ago. Second serve, good. Alcaraz backhand up the line, running backhand Sinner. Alcaraz backhand slice lands good. Sinner forehand up the line is into the net. And he kicks the service line in frustration. Maybe he thinks that bounce was not true off that line. It's love 15.
Well, he either thinks that or he wants everyone to think that the only reason he missed was it was a bad bounce. But all of a sudden, we've had these weird runs. All of a sudden, it's Alcaraz dominating the last 15 points or so.
could run away.
Maybe we're going to have one of those matches where we split the first 4 sets. They're all comfortable for whoever wins them, and then we go to a 5th set breaker.
Well, Sinner has just missed another just very routine forehand through the middle of the court. I say routine, but it was hit well into the body. But again, for him, that's so comfortable.
He's looking at the court again. That's back-to-back bad bounces that he wants you to recognize.
Okay, we'll just I'll just chalk that one down on my sheet.
There you go.
Just fully confused, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's confusing to see him like this mid-match.
Love 3, love 30. Serve for Sinner. Good. Alcaraz backing up the line, off the baseline, and good. Now Alcaraz with the forehand inside into a Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand cross. What an angle. That's absolutely absurd. Bonkers stuff from Carlos Alcaraz to set up 3 break chances.
I mean, we got the first set back where Alcaraz does things that are remarkable.
There's nobody in the world who can get that. I mean, Usain Bolt's not getting that.
No.
Wow. Love 40. Sinner looks over at Alcaraz, who's bouncing around. 3 break chances. Sinner, serve, good. Alcaraz forehand middle. Sinner forehand cross. Running forehand. Alcaraz will miss long. Explosive forehand, misses by about 10 feet.
15-14.
But even that ball, because Sinner was in control inside the baseline where he hit his forehand cross court, it couldn't have felt great for him that the next ball came back at about 110 miles an hour.
Yep.
It did miss, but
you have to make a decision very quickly.
Yeah.
15-40 now. Serve for Sinner, T long. Now a second. It's good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand slice into the ad corner. Good. Sinner run around forehand. He's pushed that wide. Forehand errors there for Jannik Sinner, doing a lot of the damage to himself. Carlos Alcaraz a 2-break lead at 4-love.
Sinner hates that floater, especially against Alcaraz. Alcaraz will hit a lot of balls with pace, and then he'll suddenly give him. That was a slice that you would think was a poor slice. It just floated, but it did go deep. It had no pace. It's hard to create enough on that ball, especially when you move as well as Alcaraz, and it goes down as an unforced error for Sinner.
Thank you.
Full conversation, guys, there between Bagnozzi and Sinner from across the court.
Fascinating. Short bursts. That's the only way they can coach from over there, Nick. Short bursts.
A lot of hand gestures, Mike.
Did he tell him move way back? Because that's where he was for that first serve. He's moved back up for the second serve return, but he was way behind the baseline.
It's a return through the middle. Sinner now gets a forehand cross, running forehand Alcaraz. Sinner forehand up the line. Alcaraz backhand slice to a runaround forehand Sinner. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand up the line is into the net. It's love 15. Maybe some finger wagging as well, right?
Actually, surprisingly, Sinner wagging his racket at his box as if to say, yeah, come on, here we go.
We got this.
Down 4-love, 2 breaks. I don't think he's going anywhere in set 3.
Never say never.
I said I don't think. I didn't say it's impossible.
I just wanted to quote Justin Bieber for once. Love 15 here at 4-love. Serve, T, good. It's an ace. Third of the set. He's got one in every service game. It's 15 all.
That was the ace that also ball ricochets off the back fence and hits you in the back of the head kind of ace. So double
whammy. You a big fan of Press Your Luck back in the 80s? It's my favorite game show.
I do remember it, but didn't set my DVR that you didn't have in the 80s.
You know, there's a guy who completely rigged the system.
Really?
Yeah, he figured out, he had an algorithm in his head where he could actually figure out. There was a great documentary on it. Fascinating stuff.
What's the show called?
I'm going to have to go back and look. I watched
what's the game show.
Oh, Press Your Luck with the
Press
whammies.
Your Luck. I don't think my Montana local TV channel had that.
It was on CBS. I remember it. Yeah, very clearly. Second serve here for Alcaraz. 30-15 at 4-love. Serve good. Backhand from Sinner. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Again, just nutty stuff from Alcaraz and looked so easy. Another forehand winner for 40-15.
That was Sinner taking the return, second serve well inside the baseline and doing nothing with it. It just sat there in the middle of the court, and Alcaraz's forehand is way too deadly to be in that position.
Ninth winner of the set. Serve, Alcaraz just misses long, trying to go backhand body. 4-love, 40-15. Set a piece in this third set. The men's singles final. The second serve from Alcaraz, good. Backhand Sinner. Alcaraz backhand back up the line. Forehand from Sinner will miss wide. And this third set has been all Carlos Alcaraz. 5-love on US Open Radio, presented by American Express. Been pretty revelatory here in this third set to see Carlos Alcaraz race out to this 5-love lead, 9 winners, just 2 unforced errors. Very similar stat line to that first set that we saw from Carlos Alcaraz. Spike Lee loving it. The New York Knicks fan also apparently pledging his allegiance to Senor Alcaraz.
Thank you.
Sinner, number 1 in the world for now.
Yep.
Has won 8 points.
It's crazy.
In this set.
Crazy. It is Sinner serving at love 5, far side. Serve misses well long. Second serve now from the world number 1 for the last 65 weeks, in fact. Second serve good. Alcaraz backhand middle is going to miss long. 15-love.
15-love.
27 matches in a row for Sinner on hard courts in Grand Slams. That is the second, tied I should say, for the second longest such streak. Serve here, 15-love, out wide is long.
Tied with who?
Tied with Novak.
Heard of him?
Heard of him, he's all right. Second serve, good. Alcaraz backhand. Sinner backhand up the line. Running squash shot, Alcaraz. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz rolls forehand to a Sinner forehand up the line. Alcaraz steps in, backhand inside out. Lob Sinner. Alcaraz swinging volley. Good. Into the deuce corner for 15 all.
I'm just not used to seeing, when they have those forehand to forehand rallies, Sinner's forehand gets overpowered by Alcaraz's, and it happened again here.
I should point out, tied for second with Novak, and of course, Nick, the leader was Roger Federer, 40 straight wins from 2005 to 2008. It's pretty good, that Fed.
That was the last time that U.S. Open was defended, right?
Indeed.
On the men's side.
That's exactly right.
07, 08.
So here from Sinner up the tee. Lob return from Alcaraz, going to miss long.
30-15.
30-15 here in this love 5 service game. I think we've all at this point seeded this set. Starting to build towards a fourth. And it's also important for Sinner to get this hold. In theory, gets the scoreboard pressure on his side in the fourth. 30-15, serve, tee. Alcaraz forehand is going to miss long and gain points now for Jannik Sinner.
See, this is the little, it's not a big deal at all because he's 5-love up, but this is a little bit of a walkabout game for Alcaraz. He's not as intense on the return, so he's missed a few. They've been good serves.
Gain points, though, for Sinner. serve, good. Alcaraz backhand middle will miss just long once again. So a few unreturned serves there for Sinner. Comfortable to get on the scoreboard here at 5-1 now. It's Carlos Alcaraz. It's actually not served particularly well percentage-wise in this set, just 47%, but the scoreboard is all that matters. The 5-1 percentage there is pretty good.
He's got 4 aces in the 8 serves that went in. So his serve, when it has gone in, has done some damage. He's 7 of 8 on first serve points, 1 so far in this set. He hasn't had to serve that many points throughout this match.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He throws in another ace, so 1 in every service game of the set to boot. Total of 7 now for the day. Bouncing the ball around there off the frame of the racket as well. Some juggling tricks from Alcaraz, who serves here out wide. Lob return. As Alcaraz will watch it sail long. 30 love.
Again, 130 miles an hour. He's hit a number of those. 131 is the biggest serve he's hit, but he's gotten a handful of 130 mile an hour serves. The biggest serve for Sinner's been 128 only.
But averaging, that was kind of the one we were looking at, averaging about 120. Alcaraz misses that first serve well long, trying to go backhand body, which has been his preferred target here today. Second serve, good. Backhand Sinner, forehand Alcaraz through the middle. Sinner backhand middle, Alcaraz forehand cross, Sinner forehand cross with pace, and Alcaraz can't keep up with that pace.
That's what I'm accustomed to seeing Sinner do. That was the slap shot forehand that is almost a slingshot forehand.
He rifled that. That was some frustration. In that forehand, and he connected on it. Maybe he needs a few of those guys to loosen up these nerves. It's never felt like Sinner's been fully settled in this final.
No, only when he got that lead in set 2. For a moment there, he started looking like Sinner. Alcaraz turned the momentum right back around early in set 3.
But a forehand like that also does send a message that I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
You know, we've still got another couple of sets here, bud.
Well, and when we go forehand to forehand, I do have as much power as you.
Return, though, from Sinner does miss long, and a couple of set points for Alcaraz. Waits for this crowd to settle, does Alcaraz from the near side. Serve, good, into the body, and the return off of the frame. Carlos Alcaraz, another masterful performance. He's got 2 of them here in sets, and importantly, a 2-1 lead. He's 1 set away from the championship here on US Open Radio, presented by American Express. Well, the first 2 odd sets, Carlos Alcaraz. The even set went to Jannik Sinner. Are we back on the escalator ride One going up, one going down.
Well,
do we have some more magic coming the way of Jannik Sinner, Jimmy?
I mean, we'll have to see. It seems as though the sets have gone the same way from at least set 2 and 3. Early in the set, the player who had won the set had a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a chance, and then squandered it, and the opponent took off. So we'll see now if that happens again. Sinner gets in a little trouble in this service game, holds serve, and then he's off and running.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear that Carlos Alcaraz will want to apply, at the very least, apply some pressure in these first couple of return games to get Jannik Sinner on that back heel. And Jannik will be serving to start this fourth set from the near side. Sinner serve good into an Alcaraz return. Sinner backhand will miss long. That was very well fought off from Alcaraz. Could have gotten handcuffed there on that backhand side. Did well to get some depth.
That's what he's done. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just going to say last game with these balls, guys. So that's another thing that Sinner has to work with here, has to work against.
It's love 15. Deficit situation again for the world number 1 here to start the fourth. Serve netted. Second serve now from Jannik. That's good. Alcaraz backhand to a Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner inside out forehand to an Alcaraz forehand into the deuce corner. He's missed it long. It's 15 all.
Again, it does still feel as though it's more on Alcaraz than Sinner, doesn't it? Because that was a ball that he wasn't missing in set 1, and he wasn't missing it in set 3. He's making no unforced errors the sets he's winning.
Yep. No, you're exactly right with that. For the day, 27 winners, 15 unforced errors, a +12 marker versus a -7 for Sinner. Sinner serves out wide. Alcaraz forehand through the middle, off the baseline and good. Now he's going to run to a backhand cross. Sinner backhand cross. Alcaraz running forehand inside in. Tried to pull it up the line from the ad corner to the deuce corner and missed it just wide for 30-15.
You often miss forehands inside in if you're still moving to your left. And that's what happened to Alcaraz there. He wasn't quite completely set. And when you're falling to the left, the ball just seems to go a little further left, I think.
Probably could have stuck into a backhand and been fine there. 30-15 on the Sinner serve to start this fourth set. Serve, T, trying to go net once, trying to go T and went into the net. 30-15 here on the second serve now for Sinner, which is good. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Sinner has to dig out a backhand. Alcaraz forehand easily powered into the deuce corner. So here you go, pressure point early in the fourth at 30 all.
Well, again, if somehow Sinner gets out of this game, it's almost as if we've seen this show before.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. A great return off a pretty good second serve, a 360 from Sinner trying to get back in position, but Alcaraz just said, I'm just going to hit it hard to the open court. Good luck getting there.
Carlos wants first blood here, Mike. He is brandishing his racket as Jannik gets ready to serve. Wants a break right out of the gates in the fourth.
Bouncing around for this return right now is Alcaraz as Sinner prepares from the near side. This serve off the net and back onto his side. So another second serve for Alcaraz to look at. He's won 51% of the second serve returns he's looked at. This second good. Alcaraz forehand cross, Sinner forehand through the middle. Alcaraz drop shot through the middle. No, a fake one. Forehand for Sinner. Alcaraz backhand cross, Sinner backhand cross. Run around forehand for Alcaraz to a Sinner backhand up the line. Running forehand for Alcaraz cross. Squash shot, Sinner. Alcaraz backhand cross in behind it. Sinner backhand pass pulled wide. And Carlos Alcaraz has a break chance at 30-40.
This is where you see the nerves a little bit because, yes, Alcaraz hit some great shots in that rally. He got the short ball, but his approach wasn't fantastic. And against Sinner, most players, you better make a fantastic approach or you are digging up a tough volley or being passed. Instead, another missed passing shot. That's happened a lot to Sinner.
Sinner's whole team standing here, guys. They know this is a huge moment.
4 of 8 on his chances is Alcaraz, who starts about 10 feet behind the baseline, maybe 12. Sinner from the near side at 30-40. Serve out wide. Alcaraz chip return. Sinner forehand off the line. Alcaraz there with the lob off the ground, and it will miss long. Almost did the splits, did Carlos Alcaraz, trying to track that one down. We're at deuce.
How do you get any piece of that ball, Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, that was amazing. Good serve, good forehand.
He actually lost his racket in the process and was having to scramble to pick up the racket if there was another ball coming his way. Deuce now for Sinner. Out wide. The return not going to get to the net. Two really good serves on the last 2 points. One out wide to the ad side, now one to the deuce side. Game point Sinner.
Again, this just feels like set two. Alcaraz dominates set one, had some chances early set two, had a break chance, didn't get it, and then it was all Sinner.
Ready to go with his serve here. Game point into the net with his first. Second serve for Jannik. That's good. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner digs out a backhand to an Alcaraz drop shot. Good. Sinner gets it, pokes it up the line, but it's into the net. And one of those moments, those fake drop shots helping to set up an actual drop shot. We go back to deuce.
What's funny is the fake drop shot, Sinner hasn't read them, so he hasn't really run in. And this drop shot, the reason it worked was there was a little slip from Sinner when he started to take off. Still got his racket on it, but couldn't do really anything.
Second deuce now, as this game has hit the 6-minute mark for Jannik Sinner. Serving from the near side. That's into the net, trying to go T once again. Second serve for Sinner. He's double faulted, tried to go out wide. That is the third of the day for Jannik Sinner. Break chance number 2 for Alcaraz.
Usually when Darren Cahill stands up, Sinner comes through with something pretty good. Darren Cahill has stood. We'll see if it works again. That second serve going for a big one sets the tone of, I feel as though I might lose a rally, so I better do something big with my second serve.
Serve for Sinner, break point down up the tee, forehand Alcaraz. Sinner, short forehand inside out. Sinner gets a volley, diced into the deuce corner. Alcaraz there, one again, and Sinner pokes it back into the court. What a break point save for Jannik Sinner. Hand in the air, begging for this crowd to cheer, and they do, as he's gotten it back to deuce.
The first volley here was interesting because there was a little bit of a hesitation, and it was not the easiest volley. He went for a side spin drop volley, and then it just helps that Sinner's got very long arms, because it was amazing get from Alcaraz. He flicked it beautifully cross court, and Sinner's long arm able to reach it.
I mean, 3 just beautiful shots there in that rally, back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely nutty stuff from these two. Serve at deuce once again into the net. Sinner looks up at his box in frustration. 5 of 11 on serves in this opening game of the fourth. Now a second from Sinner. Good. Alcaraz backhand middle is going to miss long. Maybe some of the exhaustion from that previous point paying off for Sinner there. And a game point for him. We have just hit the 2-hour mark into this one. I think we know where the crowd is going to be in this fourth set, begging for some more tennis. Game point for Sinner. Serve. Misses long. And now this second for Jannik, which is good. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner has to lob it back. That's going to miss long as well. That was quite an angle taken by Carlos Alcaraz as we go to a fourth deuce.
And Nick, Sinner looked over at his box and sort of yelled at them. I'm not sure what he's saying.
I didn't see that, Jimmy. But yeah, that's the vibe here on court. The tension is so high for the Sinner camp. Darren again on his feet and cupping his hands, trying to yell out a message across the court.
Good luck with that. It's noisy in there with that roof closed. We've hit the 9-minute mark for this game. Serve. Sinner, T. Alcaraz backhand short. Sinner backhand up the line for a clean winner. And another game point for him.
A good serve, got the short return, and then from the very center of the court somehow managed to make an angle down the line.
Yeah.
The ball was tailing a little bit away. And no chance for Alcaraz to even get a racket on it.
17th winner of the day for Sinner. Serve, tee, net.
Pulling down quite a bit with his left side on these serves that are hitting the net. You can see it. That I don't think it's the ab, but that makes you worry about it.
Second serve, return through the middle. Now Alcaraz run around forehand inside in, pulls that long. Yeah, the left ab was where he did receive that medical timeout a couple nights ago against Felix Auger-Aliassime. His serve pace there, and just taking a look to make sure it's on par, it is. Was serving at about 120 through the rest of the match, 118 through that game. So we hope that there's no effect of that ab issue. But more importantly for Jannik Sinner, he gets the hold there to 1-love.
While missing most of his first serve. So that was a big hold for him. Was 5 of 6 when he got the first serve in, but 2 of 7 when he didn't. So again, the same pattern. The player who'd won the previous set had some chances to break to start the next set. Alcaraz didn't convert them. We'll see if he pays the price in this game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was thinking it was kind of like that first game of the match where with a couple of deuces, Alcaraz was able to get a couple of different break chances. Both guys took a little extra time there at the chair as well, didn't they, Nick?
Yeah, they did a little slower there to get out for this second game of the fourth set. Can still feel this crowd too wanting to sink their teeth into some big time rallies. Just hasn't happened yet. They haven't played at the top level at the same time.
Agreed. Backhand line winner from Carlos Alcaraz as Sinner had snuck in behind a backhand line return from the deuce corner. It's 15-love.
Yeah, we've seen some amazing shots and shot making from both players, but we haven't seen any tight score, so where the drama really builds. We need a set to get close.
15-love, serve, long. And in fact, the breaks have all happened within the first 4 games of each set.
Crowd reacting to a fantastic leaping jump by the ball person.
Backhand for Alcaraz to a Sinner backhand cross. Slice back from Alcaraz, good. Sinner forehand inside out, pushed wide for 30-love.
He hates that shot.
He does.
It's very hard to tell somebody, look, you're playing Jannik Sinner. Here's what I want you to do. Hit a floater, slice deep. That's going to get you the win. But it is the shot he's missed the most.
Yeah, it's the inside out forehand in particular that he's pushed quite a bit. So 30-love here. It's Alcaraz near side right now. Serve is into the net, trying to go slider wide.
I'm curious about that shot after this call, Mike.
30-love, second serve. Alcaraz, good. Sinner forehand. Alcaraz digs out of forehand. Sinner forehand inside out. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand up the line to a running forehand. Alcaraz into the net.
Why, Jimmy, why is that a shot that bothers Jannik, or that he doesn't like it?
Yeah, I think it's 2 things. I think, number one, especially today, because he is a little bit nervous, he has time to think while the ball's floating, and he's got to create all the pace himself. And he's so good at taking your pace, and not just redirecting. He takes your pace and swings harder and makes that shot. It's just strange for him, I guess, to see that floater.
Yep.
30-15 now for Carlos Alcaraz. Love one here in the fourth. Serve good. Return cross. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner forehand cross. Running forehand. Alcaraz good off the line. Alcaraz now gets a backhand cross. Running backhand from Sinner. Not going to track that one down. It's 40-15. High-level stuff there from Carlos Alcaraz way back in the court.
Again, if you're being pulled way out, it's hard for Sinner to not do this. But he was pulled wide to his forehand in this rally, and he hit the forehand so hard that there was no time for him to get back to the center. If you're outside the doubles line, you're better off lifting it a bit and giving yourself some time to get back.
Alcaraz with this game point. Serve is good. Backhand Alcaraz to a Sinner forehand up the line. Alcaraz drop shot off the backhand side. Sinner there. Up the line. Lob from Alcaraz. Sinner overhead good. Alcaraz backhand up the line for a winner. We're starting to get some of those extended points. And to Steph Curry's delight, Carlos Alcaraz gets it to 1-all.
Steph Curry can't believe it.
I mean, again, we haven't had drama in score, but we've had some remarkable shots.
Yes.
There was a drop shot in this point from behind the baseline that was ridiculous. And then Sinner did guess the lob that Alcaraz, he was getting back for it quickly. He guessed right. Alcaraz was still able to handle that ball down the line.
Alcaraz would like to copy Steph Curry's night-night celebration and put this one to bed right now.
I'm looking forward to this set getting close.
I hope so.
1-1.
At 1-1, waiting for the crowd to settle. Now they do. Serve from Sinner is into the net, trying to go out wide. Now a second here for Jannik, who is at the far side of the court. His second serve is good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand up the line, running forehand for Alcaraz. Doesn't get over the net. Got wrong-footed just a little bit. It's 15-love.
I mean, Sinner's going to have to get the first serve going a little bit, or he will have trouble holding serve. And
yeah, he's at 45% for this set, hovering around 52, 53 for the day. 15-love for Jannik Sinner. 1 game all in this 4th set. Serve T long. 2 hours, 8 minutes on the clock. The second serve from Sinner, good. Alcaraz backhand cross and short. Sinner backhand up the line, running forehand. Alcaraz running forehand. Sinner cross will miss long. It's 15-all.
These two really do punish you if you hit the wrong shot. And that was a backhand down the line when he was a little bit defensive. You don't want to defend down the line into either of these guys' forehands, or they're going to rope across court with pace and you're in trouble.
1-all, 15-all. If you're joining us late, where have you been? A, B, 6-2 first set, Alcaraz. 6-3 second set, Sinner. 6-1 in the third for Alcaraz. 1-all here. There's been a break by the 4th game of each of these sets so far, so it's been run away and hide at this stage of the match. Second serve, Sinner, good. Alcaraz forehand middle, but short. Sinner forehand inside out. Alcaraz backhand volley from Sinner, put away well into the deuce corner. It's 30-15.
That was, to me, a great volley from Sinner, because as a non-volleyer myself, I preferred when someone ripped a pass, because you just stick your strings on it and you get the pace. This one, he had to use his feet and his racket work to get the pace, and he did it perfectly, like a great volleyer.
And he has really improved that side of his game. 30-15 from Sinner. Serve is long, trying to go backhand body. Now a second for Jannik. Good. Alcaraz backhand is into the net. Game points. And again, a little bit of talk from Sinner. A little frustrated talk towards his team as well.
Right at 50% for the match, and in this set, he's managed to hold serve even though he's not making too many firsts.
Serve good. Alcaraz return is into the net. That's exactly right. Just the 7th time he's made a serve out of 18 in this 4th set. But Sinner does have it 2-1. And Nick, you got the honor of hosting the watch party over at Armstrong yesterday, and we just got a glimpse of inside Armstrong today, where they're having another watch party. Blair Henley, of course, is hosting that today. You know, for people who are watching from around the world, you know, listen, it's hard to get those finals tickets, but this seems like such a great way to experience the U.S. Open from a different vantage point.
Yeah, it's really cool. The Finals Fan Fest, we did it yesterday. Myself and Yvonne Orji, we had, I'd say, 4,000 people in Armstrong. It was awesome, and they're doing it again today. You've got the tennis on the big screen, Blair Henley and Joey from The Bachelor. He's actually a big-time tennis fan. Lots of fun, and yeah, Mike gets a grounds pass to get on, and you know, it's just another layer of the U.S. Open, right? Fan week, the mixed doubles, that first week is free for folks. I think a grounds pass today was like $70 to come on, feel the vibe of the U.S. Open, and then get into Armstrong and watch with the community. You know, having yesterday, I was blown away. Amanda Anisimova was by far the fan favorite in Armstrong, so that was cool to feel that community of people watching the women's final.
Yeah,
have a sense for who's the favorite with the crowd here?
Well, I'm not over in Armstrong.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
here in Ash.
Oh, it's felt pretty. I mean, I guess I'd be curious how it sounds on TV. It's felt pretty split to me, and it's felt as though they just want whoever's losing to win. Right?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
you're right. I hope it goes 5 so we can see, because at that point they're going to cheer for who they really.
Yeah.
You were earlier, Jimmy. You were manifesting a close fourth set here. Let's see
Yes,
if
I
we're-
was. We'll see
we're
if
gonna
we can
get
have it.
Yeah, and we've, again, had a break by this game in particular every single set so far. Serve from Alcaraz. He's at the far side. Serve and volley. Nice pickup. Sinner, can he get to it? Lob is good, and Alcaraz just puts away an easy backhand volley for 15-love.
Mike, I just want to talk tennis to you for a second. That opening game of this set was 10 minutes on the Jannik Sinner serve. It just feels like just that little bit courtside that Sinner's having to work still uphill to stay with Carlos Alcaraz. I'm curious if that impacts him as we get deeper into this fourth set.
Right.
I mean, he's served 95 points in the match. Alcaraz 65. That's a lot more work. Serving is tiring.
Forehand from Alcaraz will be off the net, back onto his side for 15-all. Yeah, Sinner continuing just to, he's on the far side from his team right now, but he's continuing to just have this ongoing dialogue with them tactically.
That to me is the nerves sort of coming out, and he's trying to navigate those.
I agree with you, Nick. 15-all serve here for Alcaraz up the tee. It's an ace for him, his first of this set and 8th of the day for 30-15. 131. He did hit a 132, Jimmy. We missed it.
We missed that one.
He's upped it just a little bit. Best of the day. Taking an extra second here to get the correct balls is Carlos Alcaraz at 30-15, far side, serve tee, net. I would not say it's been a spectacular serving performance from either one in terms of serve percentage. Second is good. Sinner back in through the middle. Alcaraz forehand to a Sinner forehand that is netted. And a look of disgust on the face of Jannik Sinner as it is Alcaraz at 40-15.
And again, normally when he hits a return and takes it early, Sinner, he gets a ball that's a little bit easier than what he just got.
Yep.
He got it back to Alcaraz in a hurry, but Alcaraz returned the favor.
So game points now for Alcaraz. Sinner about 12 feet behind the baseline, serve good. Alcaraz now rolls a forehand to a Sinner backhand cross. Sliced now from Alcaraz. Run around forehand for Sinner, good. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand up the line. Running forehand, Alcaraz cross. Running forehand, Sinner cross. Alcaraz goes forehand up the line. Did he make it? No, just long. That felt like anything you can do, I can do better from Jannik Sinner. That forehand angle was explosive.
It was, and it had to be, because he was in a little bit of trouble. Again, he runs around his forehand, ends up corner to corner. But the cross-court forehand had just enough pace and width that Alcaraz couldn't control.
Missed by about 4 inches long. So now 40-30 on the Alcaraz serve. Again, the serve clock actually was turned off because of some of the crowd noise there. So now finally ready is Alcaraz. Serve out wide. Lob return lands just long from Jannik Sinner. And for the first time on the day, we've reached 2-all. You know, I don't know if you saw it, Jimmy. I don't know how active you are on Instagram Reels. There was a really interesting post just kind of graphically showing the amount of points that these two have played over the years in their 14 matchups. Do you want to guess? I'm going to give you a second to think about it. How many points have separated these two in their 14 tour matchups?
Well, are we including this one? Because
not including this one. I can do the math.
Well, this one's one-way traffic. I can't believe how many extra points Alcaraz has won. As Sinner starts his fifth game of the seventh. Good serve out wide.
You're saying literally points won?
Literally points won. Point differential between the two.
I would say Alcaraz has a 20-point lead.
It's Sinner as a 21 points coming into this. That's all that separated the two of them.
How's that possible when he's lost most of their matches?
I know. Sinner goes backhand up the line. Squash shot from Alcaraz, good. Sinner forehand up the line. Backhand Alcaraz. Volley Sinner, good. Alcaraz pokes it up the line. Sinner volley misses wide. Oh my! Defensive specialist Carlos Alcaraz showing off the wheels. It's 15 all.
Again, there are so many points in this match. We haven't had the score drama, but we've had just remarkable stuff, athletic stuff from these guys. A great stab volley from Sinner. The one shot Alcaraz maybe wishes he did better was the second to last shot.
Yeah.
Floated it up a little, and Sinner should have made the volley, but he just pushed it wide.
Yeah, Sinner botched that last volley.
Yeah, he did. Had time. 15 all, 2 all. Serve, good. It's a really good one. Off the frame of Alcaraz. Almost a souvenir for Nick McCarville down there.
Yeah, I'm a couple sections away. So close yet so far.
30-15 now. Yeah, I just found that just fascinating just to see it was a mathematical breakdown of everything. And
that's crazy.
0.7% difference between the two.
9-5 Carlos in the head-to-head.
Yeah, exactly right. Serve for Sinner is long. If we include today, it's
18.
It's plus 18 for Alcaraz. So, yeah, just 3 points separating them now. Second serve for Sinner, good. Alcaraz backhand cross, Sinner backhand middle. Forehand for Alcaraz cross, Sinner forehand up the line is going to be missed long. And another tester for Jannik Sinner, 2 all, 30 all. Crowd settling here. Again, how desperate he is for a first serve. He's won 8 of 10 first serve points, Sinner, in this set. Struggling with the seconds, winning just 50%. Big spot. From the near side, Sinner, serve, misses wide. Great grab by a member of the ball crew. Hence the applause.
He's gotten a hand twice now.
Mm-hmm. Ego is inflating. Second serve. T. Oh, no, it's missed wide. It's a double fault for Sinner, second of the set, fourth of the day. Break chance, Alcaraz.
Third break chance of this set. Cahill with the patented stand-up at the important moment, and crowd wanting Sinner to save this because they do want more, and they'll be worried if he doesn't.
Waiting for the crowd to settle. Again, the serve clock. It is going to be down to 0 by the time he makes contact here, but it is. Break chance at 30-40. Sinner, serve, T, just missed wide.
He had to give it a second look.
Wow.
That doesn't help this second serve, by the way, when you've hit one that you thought might have been good and it's called out.
Second serve, Sinner, good. Alcaraz backhand cross, Sinner backhand through the middle. Alcaraz rolls a forehand, Sinner time. He's missed the forehand long. Carlos Alcaraz now full control. 2-1 and a break in the fourth. Alcaraz 3-2 on US Open Radio. Presented by American Express. Well, so far in this match, first blood has proved deadly. The player who has broken first in each set has been able to go on and win the set, and that spells trouble for Jannik Sinner, as Carlos Alcaraz now does have this break. 3-2 midway through the fourth. Mike Cation, Jimmy Arias, Nick McCarville is courtside. It is 15-love as we bring you back inside Arthur Ashe Stadium. Now, Carlos Alcaraz is serving from this near side. Serve good. Sinner hits a forehand, but it lands good. Alcaraz backhand cross. Sinner backhand to Alcaraz. Forehand up the line that he pulls wide into the deuce doubles alley. It's 15-all. Same mistake as before, Jimmy.
Well, yes, and for Jannik Sinner, he can't afford to get down double break. Both of the sets that Alcaraz won, he capitulated pretty quickly once down a break. And there's always a scoreboard pressure, and serving for a U.S. Open title, you want to only have...
Yeah, backhand to backhand we go right now. Sinner gets a ball off the net cord. Alcaraz does get to it, but will miss long. Huge break for Sinner with that net cord that bounced about 20 feet into the air, had time, now 15-30.
And maybe he'll get the break back right here because he does have some pressure, but you certainly can't let your opponent get a double break lead or he will hold serve.
Yeah, but you hear this crowd start to murmur here, start to come alive. They certainly want that drama of the fifth set.
They just want more drama.
Don't we all?
In general.
15-30, 3-2. Serve Alcaraz out wide. That is an ace. That is blistered. 132 once again from Carlos Alcaraz. For the second time he's hit 132, and that one electric.
132 out wide, and he's not that tall, Alcaraz, that he should be able to hit it that big and get it in out wide, flat and wide.
It's crazy stuff. 3-2, 30-all. Serve Alcaraz into the body. Will get a forehand, goes inside out, in behind it, lob Sinner. Alcaraz gets it, easy put away as Sinner had stopped in the ad corner. Little feathery touch from Carlos Alcaraz to grab a game point.
It's been the easy sort of headline to talk about from the tennis this U.S. Open, but Carlos Alcaraz, that serve, it's not just improved, it's his maturity around the decision making. When he's going big, Mike, when he's mixing it up, it just is clearly so much better now.
Yeah,
there's an
no
ace.
Doubt. Ace, well timed, Nick McCarville.
The first of my career, but it's true though, and we're seeing it today, right?
Yes, you're a talented journalist, Nick. That is very clear.
Wow,
4-2 as Carlos Alcaraz consolidates.
But it's been Jannik's Achilles heel. What is he at? 50% for the match?
Yes, that's exactly right. 51 of 101. We have played 25 more points on Sinner's serve as well. Just feels like constantly he is the one under duress. So not able to create that break chance there, Sinner. So serving from behind, 2-4 in this fourth set, down 2-1. Sinner serve out wide is long. Second serve here for Sinner. Good. Alcaraz backhand middle, just misses long.
Yeah, this is obviously I'm wanting to see some drama. I want some scoreboard drama. I want to at least see Alcaraz have to serve it out with only the one break lead.
With some pressure, yeah.
And so this is very important, obviously, for fans.
Yes.
For Sinner to play a solid game here.
He's got a 15-love. Serve, good. Alcaraz backhand to a Sinner forehand inside out. Alcaraz backhand up the line, in behind it. Gets a touch volley. No, just into the net from him. That's a really good ball from Sinner to the feet of Alcaraz. It's 30-love.
That hasn't happened enough for Sinner. And Alcaraz's approach was from a little bit too far back. He's a foot behind the baseline when he hits the approach, and he hit it with pace. So he couldn't even get to the service line. It made for a nice, easy little dump to the middle and down low.
30-love for Sinner. Out wide, misses long. Second serve for Jannik. Takes that last look over at his opponent, his rival. Serve good through the body. Return's going to miss well long. Very good body serve there for Sinner and game points.
Doing what we were hoping he would do. And to this point, quickly to 40-love.
Does not yet on the day have a hold to love in stats that might only interest me.
Wow, that is That is
fascinating.
Yeah.
He's had a break at love.
Yes, he has. This is his first serve well long, trying to go out wide.
Because you gave that stat, you realize
I
Sinner
know.
has no chance of winning.
I know,
this point.
it's my fault. I get it. Second serve for Sinner. Good. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Sinner backhand up the line. Forehand Alcaraz back behind Sinner, and that streak continues. 40-15.
But it goes to the point we were talking about, you know, this thread of Jannik has had to work every time he's stepped up to the service line all day, and it's accumulating across the match.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So 40-15 now. As Sinner just wants to stay within shouting distance here. From the far side, serve Sinner into the net and long. As Alcaraz takes 2 big strides forward, about 5 feet behind the baseline for this second serve return. Now we'll take another step forward. This serve good. Alcaraz backhand is launched. Well long. So Sinner does keep things tight. Carlos Alcaraz, though, 2 holds away from a title. Here on U.S. Open Radio, presented by American Express. Well, time is starting to run very short for Jannik Sinner. Carlos Alcaraz in control. 2-1, 4-3 with a break. He's also serving right now from the far side up the tee. Lob return's going to miss wide. It's 15-love. Carlos looking to become just the 4th man in history to win multiple slam titles on clay, grass, and hard courts. Just pretty remarkable what he's done at the age of 22. Looking for his 6th slam title. Gets another lob return, swinging volley good into the deuce corner.
Is that an open era record or an all-time?
Yes. Open era.
Novak? Rafa?
Yes. Got one more.
Can I phone a friend? Jimmy Arias?
Well, wait, what?
You want me to go over it again as Carlos pops an ace? I can do it real quick. Multiple Grand Slam titles on all 3 surfaces. Open era. We've got Novak, we've got Rafa. It is 40-love.
Well, hang on while we're watching 40-love.
Yeah, I'll call it. You guys think. Serve for Alcaraz, up the tee, lob return. That was a roughly 51-second hold for Carlos Alcaraz to get it to 5-3. That was no pressure felt whatsoever.
No, and if Sinner can hold here in the next service game, he better change where he's standing just to get some thought into Alcaraz's head, because right now the rhythm on serve for Alcaraz is fantastic. The last 2 games, he's served his way out of trouble. He's been popping the 132-mile-an-hour bomb consistently.
Where do you want Sinner to move? Or you just want him to move?
I just want him to move. I want first one maybe, step way back, just to get in his head a little bit.
Sinner near side, serving to stay in this match. 3-5. We'll get the trivia answer coming up right after this point. Second serve coming here for Jannik Sinner. First was into the net. This second, good. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner has to dig out a forehand, and he's missed long. Last guesses, because we've got business.
Bjorn Borg?
He says Borg.
No, because he didn't get the hard court ones, did he?
That's
No,
correct.
He didn't get any U.S. Open.
You're correct, Jimmy, so far.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with every name I'm thinking of has
All right,
one on
tell
the
us,
surface.
Mike. Come on.
Mats Wilander.
Wow.
3 on clay, 2 on grass, 2 on hard.
Oh, because Australia, because I knew he didn't get any Wimbledons. I thought of Mats.
All right, we are at 3-5. Love 15 for Sinner. Near side, serve good. Backhand Alcaraz misses long.
Mats is somewhere commentating
He is
this
here,
match,
yeah.
high above Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Alcaraz looking over at his team, nodding his head, bouncing around as well. For the moment, the pressure on Jannik Sinner. 15 all, near side, serve netted. It has been his downfall. Serve percentage in this set is at 33%. Below 50% for the match. Second serve, Sinner, good. Alcaraz forehand to a Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand up the line is off of the top of the net, back onto his side, 30-15.
And that was going to be a winner
Yes,
or
it
a
was.
near winner, as Sinner was just watching it. Again, Alcaraz is so good. Even when it's a big second serve right at his body and he's inside the baseline, he slides away from it and gets something on those returns. Alcaraz crushing Sinner in the rallies 4 shots or less.
By 26 points,
Yeah.
80-54. Remarkable. Serve T wide. They are now at this stage, Jimmy, even on the rallies of 9 shots plus, 9 apiece. Second serve for Sinner, 3-5, 30-15. Serve good. Alcaraz backhand crosses into the net. This is exactly what Jannik Sinner would want, a relatively quick hold to flip the script and put the pressure back onto Carlos very quickly, and it's a world of pressure with that trophy very close to being engraved. Game points. Crowd hushes, 40-15. Serve out wide is wide. And a second serve now for Sinner. Good. Alcaraz backhand up the line, running backhand cross from Sinner. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner backhand through the middle is missed long. Now 40-30.
27th unforced error for Sinner.
Once again, I see Darren Cahill standing silently. Any words, Nick, or just that presence?
There it is. Yeah, just the presence. Fist pumps, claps from the whole team. Really trying to will him at least through this next challenge.
With the game point at 40-30, Sinner serve out wide. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner rolls a forehand to the deuce corner. Alcaraz there, forehand on the run. Now we'll get a backhand from the middle of the court. Goes middle, forehand up the line from Sinner. Backhand from Alcaraz is into the net. Sinner has applied the pressure. The tournament is on the shoulders of Carlos Alcaraz. After a short break, he will serve for a title on U.S. Open Radio, presented by American Express. rises as we've arrived at the moment. It is Carlos Alcaraz serving for a title. He's at the near side at 5-4. His serve into the net. And this crowd cheering for the miss on the first. They want more tennis. Second, good. Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz backhand middle. Sinner goes backhand up the line. Running forehand, Alcaraz middle. Sinner forehand inside in. Good. Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner forehand up the line to a backhand from Alcaraz. Sinner backhand up the line. Running forehand, Alcaraz middle. Sinner forehand cross is pulled wide. It's 15-love.
No, that was an opportunity and an important one. First point of that game was important, I felt, for Sinner, and he played a great point. He was the one on his front foot. Alcaraz's most of his shots in that rally were just around the service line. But again, it's Sinner who finally makes the unforced error. 3 points away for Alcaraz.
Serve out wide is long. Second serve, 5-4, 15-love. Good. Sinner backhand middle. Alcaraz rolls a forehand cleanly into the deuce corner. Another winner. It's 30-love.
Alcaraz is a fast twitch muscle machine, because that was a return hit from well inside the baseline, and it was hit with pace. And it was no problem for Alcaraz. He turned on it, and there was no way for Sinner to get back.
2 points away is Alcaraz. Serve into the body. Alcaraz with the forehand inside out to a Sinner backhand cross. Run around forehand for Alcaraz. Sinner backhand up the line. Running forehand Alcaraz. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand looped long. 30-15.
One of the biggest forehands of the day there from Sinner.
He's actually played a great game so far, Sinner, and he still finds himself down 30-15. He's only had one break point in this whole match. 11 for Alcaraz. This has been one-way traffic for Sinner. If he somehow escapes here, it feels as though he's stealing it, but Alcaraz still 2 points away.
At 30-15, waits for the crowd to settle. They do. The serve, T. Sinner forehand to an Alcaraz drop shot to the outside. Sinner forehand, backhand. He's pulled it wide. He's pulled it wide, and Carlos Alcaraz, 2 championship points.
Sinner cannot believe, Mike, that he missed that ball.
It's the second time, isn't it, that he covered a drop shot with some great speed, and he had Alcaraz going in the wrong direction and missed balls wide.
James Kiovathong encouraging the crowd to settle. It is championship point. Alcaraz, serve, good. With a forehand, goes inside in to a Sinner forehand cross, good. Squash shot is into the net. One save. One more to come.
Even though it's still match point for Alcaraz, this is the best game Sinner's played on Alcaraz's serve. He's had to fight off good serves. He's put the return in. He's ripping ground strokes in this game. And still Alcaraz has been up to the task. Can he do one more point?
He nods his head towards his team, ready to go. We'll wait for this crowd to settle once again. Alcaraz served into the net. On this second championship point, we get a second serve from Carlos Alcaraz. Second, good. Sinner backing up the line, return winner. Oh, wow.
I mean, that wasn't a bad second serve, by the way. He hit it with a little bit of pace. It didn't quite get to the body, so Sinner's arms were comfortable and stretched out to their full extent, and he took advantage. As I said, this is the best game I've seen Sinner play.
He's playing looser, Jimmy.
Yes, this is the best game he's played of the match.
2 hours and 41 minutes in.
That's all it took him.
Deuce now for Alcaraz. Serve out wide. Sinner forehand up the line. Backhand Alcaraz in behind it. Lobs Sinner. Alcaraz overhead. Good. And Sinner can't track it down. He'll have a third look at a championship point.
Was that smile of... Because Alcaraz is giving a smile to his box. He played a great point. Took a first ball, ripped it, came in, got a lob. Was that a smile of, yeah, this, I got this, don't worry? Or a smile of, my heart rate's at 190.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Pretend like I'm good.
Championship point number 3. Alcaraz serve out wide is an ace. And Carlos Alcaraz has reimagined spectacular, winning his second U.S. Open title. 6-2, 3-6, 6-1, 6-4. It's Alcaraz for the second time in New York. As he heads out on the court, his signature trademark swing to Sergio Garcia. The team screaming and celebrating. Alcaraz vamosing as well. Carlos Alcaraz back on top of men's tennis. A second title here and back to world number 1 for the first time in 2 years. He's heading up to his team to celebrate this major title on Arthur Ashe Stadium.
That was quite a performance from Carlos Alcaraz. He's playing a guy that when you watch him play other players, you think there is no hole in Jannik Sinner's game. And Alcaraz, I don't want to say made him look ordinary, but he beat him in many aspects of that. Everything he did was a little bit better than Sinner's today. And he moved better, he returned better, he served better. And in the end, went serving for it when you should be nervous serving for a title like the U.S. Open, and I'm sure he was. And Sinner played the loosest game that he's played in the entire match, and Alcaraz still good enough to hold serve. He deserves this title. He was the best player for these 2 weeks. Didn't drop a set until the final. Sinner had that one brief moment in the sun in set 2 where he got hot, and other than that, it was one-way traffic for Carlos Alcaraz, who is so great for this sport because he is an athlete like not too many others. The way he moves, the shots he comes up with, and the fun and bravery that he seems to bring to tennis. They're trying to get him more serious, to not have letdowns. You know what? Let's have some letdowns so we get some excitement.
Nick, describe the scene down there. That was pretty touching.
It's just, I actually feel a little bit emotional. This win must mean so much, guys, to Carlos Alcaraz. He goes down to hug his whole team, starting with Juan Carlos Ferrero, his agent Albert, his brother Alvaro, his entire team, and then a long embrace with his father. And I think that we did justice to the journey that it's been for the Alcaraz camp. Not only these 7 matches, but the work that they've put in after that Wimbledon loss. They went back to the drawing board. Carlos didn't touch a tennis racket for over a week, and they reset, and the goal was for him to win the U.S. Open, and the embraces showed that in the box that he put in the work. We talked about the improved serve, the maturation, and his ability to not have those sleepy games, to not go away. And what we saw, was it once today, that break at love in the second set, and otherwise he was nails. He worked for this and he earned it. He's just sat back, Mike, in his chair courtside, gonna change his shirt as they set the court for the trophy ceremony. And just beautiful emotion from Carlos Alcaraz. We oftentimes love to talk about the highlight reel shots, the way that he is such an entertainer, but the complete tennis that he showed us from that first set against Riley Opelka to that last point today, it's beautiful tennis. And man, I know this crowd and we and you folks listening at home, we wanted 5 sets, but we have got to respect the King Carlos and the way that he was able to put the crown back on his head. And he's number 1 as of tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. He will retake that number 1 spot from Jannik Sinner, first time in 2 years and 65 straight weeks for Jannik at the top of the game, and well earned.
Well, and he's quite a bit ahead, actually, in points, because, and it has been Alcaraz's year. Yes, Sinner has won 2 majors, but now so has Alcaraz, and Sinner obviously missing a section of the year. So Alcaraz is by far the most titles.
Yes, 7 of
anybody. And it looks to me like he will end this year as the number 1 player in the world, most likely. And deserved, because, wow, that was a incredible performance of shot making and athleticism that we saw. He made Sinner, I don't want to say look slow, but he was faster than Sinner. He did so many things that I thought this is a complete toss-up match.
Yeah.
And it kind of wasn't. Alcaraz was decidedly better throughout this entire 2-hour, 42-minute match, other than that brief moment.
Yes.
Set 2.
I talked about in that fourth set, that idea that the 21-point difference between them in their 14 matches. It was plus 21 for Sinner. Just to put that in perspective, today Carlos Alcaraz plus 23.
In this match.
In the match. So
wow.
He's swung that entirely back to his side. Now he's plus 2 between these two guys.
You know what impressed me the most, too, guys, and Jimmy, I want your take on this, is Carlos won on his own terms. He didn't have to, there wasn't a huge strategy change. This was, I don't know if we can call it vintage Alcaraz yet, and at this point in his career at 22, but this was the brand of tennis that has got him to this place. And yes, it's been vastly improved, but it is Carlos Alcaraz, his brand of tennis, that won him this title today.
And if he can play with this few unforced errors, but I've been saying this for years now. I didn't know how anyone could ever beat Federer, and then players were beating Federer. I didn't know how anyone could beat Djokovic, and now these two guys can beat Djokovic, no problem. You almost have the sense, I don't know how anyone can beat Sinner when he's ripping the ball the way he does.
Yep.
He serves big and he returns big and he controls everything. And the way Alcaraz played today, I don't know who can beat him if he can keep playing at that level.
Just to kind of put that in perspective, just again thinking about how far he's come, and we can talk about the serve numbers, which are greatly improved. That 2022 run, Jimmy, he spent 23 hours and 39 minutes on court. This tournament, he will end with 14 hours and roughly 30 minutes. I mean, just the amount of time on court, it was ruthlessly efficient from Carlos Alcaraz through this fortnight, and that is so scary.
It was. There's a part of me that I prefer the Carlos where it's a little up and down.
You like the drama, Jimmy.
Just for a little more drama, exactly. Because if he can keep it to, if he had a Nadal, every point is the most important point he's ever played. I mean, no one's got a chance because that level's incredible.
Let's go down to our trophy presentation on Arthur Ashe Stadium.
To deliver the championship trophies, please welcome future American tennis champions, 15-year-old Braden Benetti from Court Sense at Bogota, and 14-year-old Daniela Sales from Performance Lab. And now, joined by USTA Chairman of the Board, President, and interim co-CEO Brian Vahaley, celebrating the 40th anniversary of the first of his 3 consecutive U.S. Open men's singles championships. Please welcome Ivan Lendl. Now, please welcome our host, Jim Courier.
Well, Jannik and Carlos, they never failed to deliver an amazing match. Thank you, fellas, for an awesome final. And thanks to all the players and all the fans who have made this such a phenomenal U.S. Open. And a special congratulations to 3-time U.S. Open champion Ivan Lendl on a milestone anniversary. Also joining us on stage, on behalf of presenting sponsor JP Morgan, please welcome the CEO of the Global Private Bank at JP Morgan, David Frame. And to begin our trophy celebration, we'd like to recognize our chair umpire for today's final and ask James Kiathavong to please join us on stage. On behalf of the USTA, Brian Vahaley will present James with a gift from the tournament. Well done, James. Now, would you please join me in welcoming our finalist to the stage, Jannik Sinner. Congratulations on a fantastic tournament, Jannik. The microphone is all yours.
Hello, everyone. Well, first of all, I would like to start with Carlos and the whole team. You're doing amazing. Congrats. I know it's a lot of hard work behind this performance today. You were better than me, so congrats. Enjoy it. It's a great moment.
Good. Never have
Then, of course, my team. Thank you for supporting me, for understanding me, for working hard, and we all know how much dedication we put in to be here on this stage. It has been an incredible season, a lot of big stages and matches we played throughout this season, and I'm super happy to share this moment with you, with my family, which is home, with all the people I love, my friends, and I tried my best today. I couldn't do more, so thank you for the support. And then, of course, I would like to thank everyone who make this place very special. Behind the scenes, I know how much work you put in. I know this is your last year, so it has been an incredible run. You always try to do your best for us, and we all are very sad that you won't be here next year, but you know, thank you so much. Obviously also the ball kids and the ball boys. It has been a very very long 3 weeks, actually, you know, with the qualifiers and everything. So you're doing an amazing job, and I can't wait to come back next year. And last thing, you guys are amazing. You know, seeing a packed stadium, not only the finals, but starting from much earlier in the weeks, and you make this place so special. And yeah, I know you are very important people, and everyone is here, so we're all very happy to stand here on the court. We all try our best to make this the best show possible. So thank you so much, and see you guys next year. Thank you.
Great speech there from
And
Jannik.
now, Brian Vahaley will present the finalist trophy to Jannik Sinner.
So Jannik gets a moment there.
Congratulations, Jannik.
And we'll thank this crowd. Before Jim Courier brings up Carlos Alcaraz.
And now it's time to invite our two-time U.S. Open champion to the stage, Carlos Alcaraz. It's all yours.
Well, wow. I mean, I just have wanted to start with Jannik. It's unbelievable what you're doing during the whole season. Great level during the you know, every tournament you're playing. I'm seeing you more than my family, so it's Jesus. So it's I mean, it's great to share the court, to share the locker rooms, to share everything with you, watching you improve every day, working really hard with your team, really great people around. So I just congratulations for everything you're doing, and great performance during the whole week. my team, my family. I'm lucky. I'm really lucky to have you guys. To be honest, the hard work you're making just to make me even better. Not only in the professional part, but the personal part as well. I'm just really proud about the people I have around. Thank you very much. Every achievement that I'm having is because of you. It's thanks to you. So this one is not less. This one is also yours. So I just want to say thank you, my team. I'm really lucky to have part of my family here as well. My brother, my uncle, my father. I love you. My mom, and my little brothers that are at home watching. I love you as well. And it's great the support I'm receiving for you. So thank you very much. Everyone who made this possible, this tournament is super special for me. Everything you're doing everything just to make us feel at home, and you made it. It is incredible, this tournament, the 3 weeks that I spend in here. It's just a privilege to be part of the tournament, to be around, see everything that how it is improving. So it's great to be back. It's all thank you to you guys as well. It's this tournament is even more special. Thanks for the energy you're putting in every match, in every practice. I just feel at home. Feel the energy, feel the love. I'm just trying to play my best for you guys. You made everything easy, so thank you very much as well. I don't want to leave without saying anything to Stacy. You made everything easy for us since the first time that I came here. You behavior to us was unbelievable. Was great. I remember your treatment was incredible. I just want to say thank you for the run you have had here. Everything you have done, it is amazing. So I just from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you and see you soon. Thank you, guys.
Nice treat there for Stacey Alliser, our outgoing tournament director.
On behalf of presenting sponsor JP Morgan, David Frame will present the men's singles champion with a check for $5 million. And now, Ivan Lendl will present the champion's trophy to Carlos Alcaraz. Take it away, Ivan.
Nice words there from Ivan Lendl with a rare smile on his face. And now Carlos Alcaraz
your 2025
lifts this trophy.
US Open men's singles champion, Carlos Alcaraz.
The pyrotechnics going off in the background. Carlos kisses that trophy. Hard earned. 1 set lost through 7 matches. A pretty remarkable performance from just a 22-year-old and the new, once again, #1 in men's tennis. As these two are getting some final photos here, Nick, your final thoughts from down courtside and about what you saw from these 2 weeks from Carlos Alcaraz.
Well, great words, I thought, Mike, from both of those guys. Really classy stuff. I think I shared most of my Carlos thoughts. Just incredible to watch him and to watch these guys level up. And this is, I think, what we love and appreciate about our sports, is that these great champions push one another. I think the big storyline for me in 2026 is going to be who of the rest of men's tennis can push these two, because they've won the last 8 majors between them. Yeah. They're just so dominant right now. And to watch Carlos rebound after that Wimbledon loss and perform the way that he did, he was locked in from that first point against Riley Opelka in the first round. Just total class from Carlos. I was impressed, like I said, the way that he was able to play his brand of tennis to win this title. And it was quite emotional watching him be so emotional with his team. It shows you just how much of an effort they've all put in the Carlitos camp. And what a great 3 weeks for me. I have to say this tournament continues also to level up. Fan Week was incredible. The mixed doubles was awesome. I had the great pleasure of working with our entire radio team. It's just a total pleasure for all of us and a joy, Jimmy and Mike, to do this along with the two of you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Nick. You are always one of my favorite people whenever I get to run into you, so I'm just always happy I get to actually work with you as well. So thank you so much, Nick.
Well, thanks, Nick.
Jimmy, yeah, I mean, Nick said it there. We have two pretty good people at the top of our sport here in Carlos and Jannik, and just playing some incredible tennis. And the sport's in a pretty good place with those two.
Well, yes, good people, incredible athletes, and tennis players that every athlete, every famous person wants to see because of the things that they can come up with and the shots that they can come up with. The only problem is, I guess, they're lapping the field right now, and it almost feels as though the gap has gotten even wider. So can someone step in? You had the Federer for a few years, and Nadal caught up to him fairly quickly, and so they had those two, and then Djokovic and Murray came along, and you had all of a sudden four. Doesn't feel as though there's anyone that we can see, but you never know who's going to sneak in and at least steal a little of their thunder. But as of right now, enjoy these two because they are great sportsmen.
Yep.
I always have enjoyed a villain, but we haven't had too many great villains recently. So
it's a valid point.
Yeah, I'd like a villain. I know Djokovic had a moment where people might have found him a villain.
But Daniil is a fun villain,
but he didn't embrace the villain.
Yes,
you
need some. Yes, I fully agree with
you. I am the anti-Alcaraz Sinner. I'm the bad guy, and tough. Deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with Nick Kyrgios gone.
Yes, but I don't see anyone right now, and hopefully they'll appear soon. But the sport is in a great place. I was a little worried, to be honest. I didn't like the way tennis was going with the great three aging out.
Yeah.
And no one beating them.
Yeah.
Taking them out.
Yes.
These two have done that.
Yes.
Without a question. So it's great that has happened.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, it's been a real pleasure being alongside you for this men's final. Appreciate it very much.
Enjoyed it as well. Thanks, Mike.
Before we wrap, there are definitely some thank yous I want to express. First, on behalf of the on-air team, Dave Leno, Patricia He, Prim Saripapat, Brian Clark, Megan Moulton-Levy, Gil Gross, Ravi Uba, Zena Garrison, Russ Thaler, Dave McPherson, and Sophie Amiak. This team brings incredible energy and camaraderie that is just completely unmatched. We're indebted to Patty and Dana for their leadership of the USTA broadcast team. Here on the radio side, the live sports radio team and family, Jim and Kenny run the show. They're incredibly dedicated to putting the on-air talent in a place to be the best version of themselves. Braxton, Pat provide the technical support to make us look and sound informed. Jaime and Claude have steered the ship and make us sound spectacular. Over the past 21 days, we've brought you over 200 hours of live ball-by-ball radio broadcasts, interviews, analysis, and it's a product that continues to grow. This is a team of people who care deeply about making this product one that is at the forefront of tennis on the radio, and it's truly an honor to be a part of this group. So, for Jimmy, for Nick, Claude, Jim, Kenny, Pat, Braxton, and Jaime, I'm Mike Cation, and goodbye from the 2025 U.S. Open. We'll talk with you next year. Back into serve for Carlos. Good. Sinner forehand into the net. That was some kind of set from Carlos Alcaraz. 2 breaks to the good. 6-2. 1 set down, but a long way to go. Waits for this crowd to settle, does Alcaraz from the near side. Serve. Good. Into the body, and the return off of the frame. Carlos Alcaraz. Another masterful performance. He's got 2 of them here in sets. And importantly, a 2-1 lead. He's 1 set away from the championship. Championship point number 3. Alcaraz serve out wide is an ace. And Carlos Alcaraz has reimagined spectacular, winning his 2nd U.S. Open title. 6-2, 3-6, 6-1, 6-4. It's Alcaraz for the 2nd time in New York.
As As we sign off for the last time in 2025 from the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Flushing, New York, we want to congratulate all the players on an amazing tournament that helped us reimagine spectacular.
We thank each one of our worldwide listeners for tuning in. We are grateful you gave us the opportunity to share this year's U.S. Open.
To Althea Gibson, we promise to never forget you. You are the reason our sport is better today than 75 years ago. It was an honor to celebrate your beautiful life.
Althea, we also commit to keep the journey you started going, fighting for equality and making the next 75 years as progressive as the last. We will continue to build on your legacy.
To our sponsor, American Express, we say thank you. Without your support, it would be impossible to share the U.S. Open with the world. Fans from across the globe tuned in for 3 weeks of live coverage from a very diverse team of talented commentators. Thank you for your continued support of the USTA, the U.S. Open, and the game of tennis.
We thank Stacey Allister for an amazing job as tournament director one last time. The U.S. Open is better today because of your love for the game and your continued dedication to tennis for all. We wish you the best as you embrace new challenges.
To everyone at the USTA broadcast team, we say thank you for the opportunity and challenge to continue making spectacular happen. Your commitment to making this event the best in tennis is the reason we do what we do. US Open Radio is a labor of love and a place we all love because of you.
For now, we say goodbye. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. You've been listening to US Open Radio, sponsored by American Express. Good night, everyone.